when we last left off with the bronze toads, which I've just now decided to call you guys instead of adventurers or heroes because neither of those really make any sense. Last we left off, you guys had delved into the Mages Guild Tower in search of an old friend. Knowing that he was there, you eventually cleared the tower out and discovered his location, realizing he was somewhere beneath you in a magically sealed off room. Completely circumventing that sealed off room, Zelfer went outside and started digging. And because the trap the Rat King was in was only like 5 feet down, it wasn't too hard to just dig him out from the outside. And I'll admit, I wasn't prepared for that. So, congrats. You did that.
Hey!
Yeah. However, on your walk back with the Rat King, he started speaking a little suspiciously, and you guys became a bit worried of his future plans, learning a bit more about him and what the rat god plans for these strange rat folk. Menon decided she had had enough of waiting, stormed over to your friend Malcolm, and demanded, and masturbated in his face, and demanded that he help her, having almost nowhere else to turn. He wasn't too confident he could help. However, he did send you north of Direwood, or actually it would be northwest of Direwood, into one of the closest by surviving areas of wildlife, the swamplands, where the rats that inhabit the mill that you brought them to say they have seen a mean swamp lady. When you guys had gathered, there must be someone with a pitchfork. Perhaps these are hostile people living in the swamp. You readied yourselves and you made your way there. Upon arrival, realizing very quickly that it was just an old couple. Hi, Jesse. It was just an old couple. Jesse, you can't watch this. It's meta.
Jesse!
Jesse!
Hey, Jesse!
We missed Jesse.
Why the fuck aren't you playing, dipshit?
I don't
Where's
miss Jesse.
Jet?
Bring Jesse back.
Bring Jesse back. Don't worry, he's been on
Jesse
his own
20.
adventure. I've been
Hashtag
talking to him separately. I have written more for him than I have actually typed out, lengthwise. I have typed out more for him than I have for you guys in the last few weeks. He'll have plenty to talk about when he gets back if he so chooses.
Wow, player catering much? Jesus.
Fuck, yeah, bad DM. Swamp person was probably me. Yeah, realizing Jesse was in the swamp. So you realize it was just an old
Everybody
couple
on the team killed themselves.
living in the swamp, just doing their own thing. They seem to be not exactly used to visitors, but not strangers to it, and welcomed you into their home rather quickly after the old woman, who you learned the name of Melora, had touched a few of your
Melora?
faces. Melora. Touched a few of your faces and
Ew.
asked your names. She brought you inside, and you struck a deal eventually. In exchange for clearing out some of her swamplands of some slippery bastards, as she called them, dangerous creatures that you have now seen, so that she could have
They're
that land
ugly as
back
fuck.
for some of her specialized crops. She would give you a series of potions, either a ritual for switching Menon's body with someone else's, as you are fairly certain that the ailment she suffers is not within her soul but within her body. She offered you a body switching ritual or a series of strong emotion invoking potions that might help. She was less certain of that, but choosing the high road, not endangering somebody else's life, or maybe just the lazier route, you went with the potions. Trudging into the swamp, some of you seeing wildlife, creatures, hearing noises of other living beings, and touching flowers for the first time in a long time. You guys made your way toward the old bridge that Melora had described to you, and realizing how ominous it looked, and that there wasn't much cover, this seemed like a very good ambush spot. So, Six decided to start making another one of his patented copper bombs. And
You know who that is?
as he was wrapping that up, quite literally, Zelfer decided he would take his own route. After telling Six not to just run across the bridge, that would be dangerous, he ran across the bridge.
But I did it safely.
After casting Armor of Agathis upon himself and Expeditious Retreat, he bolted across the bridge like with a flash, and all of a sudden was on the other side, jumping across the gap from the bridge to the other side of the swamp. And you all watched as the creatures launched themselves from the water, slapping with a slimy thud onto the bridge, until at the end of the bridge, a much larger one, at least 10 feet long, roared out and slammed on top of the water. That is where we left off. And we are going to start today's session with you guys rolling initiative in one moment after I put you back on that battle map.
Sorry, my ear is earring.
You're an earring?
No.
Oh.
A cock ring, yes.
Oh, I just have earrings.
Do you?
All right,
Yeah.
so...
I rolled the 17, Holden.
Okay. I will change that for you.
What's the 17? It's already in there.
Well, no, I had... Oh, it doubled it. I see. Okay, so yeah, if I could get initiative from everybody now, we will start with combat.
I rolled a 17, Holden. Combat! Where'd you get that? Wombat!
I'm pulling up my sheet.
Combat. Yeah.
Go on,
Where'd
sheet.
you
Oh
get
my
that?
god.
Wombat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have to click my fucking character.
I know, it's fucking, like, who do you think I'm rolling initiative for?
I mean, it's literally my fucking character sheet. Like,
Jesse says also, Sam pets his cat in some faraway land. Okay,
Sam
because
man.
roll 20 is silly, if there are any bonuses I need to add to your initiative manually, please let me know.
Mine's 0.
Okay, thank you.
+7.
For real?
What?
We've been over this like 8 times.
I'm
I have
s-
the alert feed.
I keep forgetting that. Yeah, fuck you. So, hey guys, by the way, Percival's not surprised at all by this ambush. He's just like, oh yeah, I expected that.
Mine is +4.
Okay.
We
And-
updated our hotkeys.
What?
All right, I will roll initiative here.
Oh, there's just
Oh,
a giant
oh,
red thing
oh.
at the bottom of my thing
Oh.
saying we've updated our hotkeys.
Mine doesn't appear to be working for some reason.
Drag a box over your character first.
Shrinking map.
Like highlight your character and then do it.
Got it.
Or highlight my character and then touch me inappropriately.
Yeah,
I
one
don't
of those
have
two.
the
You
arm
gotta do
reach.
it.
I
did it.
kind of feel bad. What am I adding for you? +5, I imagine?
4, please.
+4. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so this happened.
Jesus.
Look at
They both rolled nat 20s for their initiative. to start.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I shit you not, dude.
What the
it.
fuck?
We'll get that
fucking-
out of the way.
Incredible. All right. Now that that's happened,
Go for
due
it.
to your alert feat, Percival, I'm just gonna skip any dex rolls or whatever. You are going to go first. You see these creatures launch themselves out of the waters, thudding onto the old rotted wood bridge. What do you do?
Are they still on there?
Yeah, they are
On the
currently. They all slapped their slimy, slithery bodies on top of the wood as they lunged out towards Zelfer, who is now on the other side of the swamp.
Okay, are they completely out of the water?
Yes, the 4 smaller ones are.
Cool. Bam, right there I'm casting Shatter.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Cast it. Ding. That is the ding of you destroying this encounter.
Sorry, my nipples are bleeding.
Okay, a sudden loud ringing noise. Painfully intense. Okay, a 10-foot radius sphere. Okay.
For a 3d8, that's a pretty bad roll.
So that's a 20-foot diameter, right? Or is it radius? Is it radius diameter or diameter radius?
Radius diameter.
Okay, so that's a 20-foot diameter.
Diameter.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna get all of them. Fuck me. So that is a DC 13 Constitution save. I will just. Well,
Where is he putting it?
Right here.
yep, on that square. 10, 5, 10. That's gonna hit all of them.
I know. That's why I put it there.
Yeah, you fucking bastard. Okay, let's do this. Wow, started with 2 nat 20s and a nat 1. Epic. Okay. That one succeeds. Fail. We got 2 saves and 2 fails. Okay. Is it half damage on a fail? Or on a save, rather? Save success half. Okay. And it's 11 thunder damage. Let me...
Dude, that's bad, though. 11 out of 24? Yikes.
Yikes, better.
Man.
Seen better, seen worse. Okay. Well done, though. That is a considerable amount of damage. So as Percy, unsurprised by this ambush, seeing this coming from a mile away, extends his hand and concentrates for a moment on the bridge. A loud, shattering, ringing noise emanates, vibrating the wood below. And 6, you can feel it underneath your feet, just pulsating. All these creatures shriek out as they start to almost slip through the cracks of this molded wood, and they're... Just as actual added visual, I almost forgot I had this for you guys. This is what you're dealing with. The tentacles from their mouths and their beaks kind of start wrapping around their own bodies as if they're trying to stop the pain. Pretty good first move. Anything else from you?
I look over at 6, I summon my sword, and I point at the 4 with my sword, and I go, I learned how to do that, by the way. That's all.
All right.
Okay.
That's the first time anybody's seen me use Shredder, so.
Yeah, that was
true.
And it was a fantastic use. Well done. Next
I
up,
originally was
move
gonna
on.
walk over to here, and then use it on the big guy, but I was like, wait, I could just hit 4.
Now Zelfer, being the closest one to it, this large monstrosity is going to turn toward you, open its large beak, and
Suck you
swim
off
towards
violently.
you, swimming right up to you, and reaching out with the tentacles around its beak. First, it's going to, let's see,
Suck you off.
I believe I just need to double check something.
Double
Okay,
check.
so first it's going to, with its large snake-like, or maybe closer to like eel-like tail, it lashes out at you. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Tentacles.
It's gonna hit me.
Does that hit with your armor, your Agathis armor?
Well, Agathis armor damages it. It doesn't give me any
okay.
AC. It
Thank
takes
you.
5 points of cold damage.
Good to know. So as it hits you, you see some of the kind of slimy scales on the back of its tail start to chip away as the cold damage hits it. And so that's going to be 2d. Okay. That is 14 bludgeoning damage as its tail whips you across the face with a thunderous smack, and then it's going to extend its tentacles towards you and try to bite you. That time only getting a 12 to hit.
Shield.
Shield. Okay, so as its beak extends towards you and its tentacles attempt to wrap around you, you quickly and pull up a shield, and its tentacles wrap around the shield. You can feel the pulsating energy of the shield as the tentacles kind of warble around it, and then it draws back as it realizes its bite has failed. That's going
Warble.
Bitch.
to bring us now to the smaller ones, who, seeing that one take on that, are going to turn toward the larger group. And let's see, their speed. Their movement speed. Okay. They're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So what you see is 2 of them go down the bridge, heading directly towards you guys. 2 more slip back into the water with a surprisingly quiet sploosh and disappear.
Gross.
And these 2 that approached you guys, let's see, one is going to attempt to lash out with its tentacles and beak at 6, the other at Percival. So the first one at 6 that's only going to be a 9 to hit.
Pretty sure that hits.
No, it does not hit. At Percival,
No
hitting.
however, that is
I think it hits.
that is a dirty 20.
If it hits Percival, it's gay. It hits me.
Okay. So, okay, so it lashes out with its tentacles and starts to wrap around your torso, and you feel now like 1,000 needles digging into your skin from whatever is on these
I
tentacles.
moan. No, I'm kidding.
That is only going to be 5 slashing damage as they pierce you. I don't know why it's slashing damage rather than piercing, but whatever.
I look at Ben and I go, oh.
However, now that it's hit you with that, it is going to attempt to bite into you with its beak.
Well, I'm not gonna let
That time it's only a 7.
Bite dudes if you're not gay.
Yep.
Oops,
So
didn't bite
as
me,
you
it's
feel
gay.
this prickle across your torso, you see its beak open up and it extends towards you, and you just lurch back, pulling it with you, but it does not get a chomp into you. That's gonna bring us to Zelfer. You guys hear
I
from
look at
across
it and I
the
go,
swamp?
no. Bad water dog.
Bad water doggo.
Well, I haven't done this yet. I'm gonna cast Arms of Hadar.
Okay.
I fucking love that spell
I'm
so
unfamiliar.
goddamn
Let's see it.
much.
It's got to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Oh, okay. What's you invoke the power of the dark hunger tendril, blah blah blah, and batter on creatures within 10 feet of each creature in that area must make a strength save. On its failed save, you take 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions. Okay, until its next turn.
That's what I love with
Damn.
Azko.
Okay.
Yeah,
If Azko's in the middle of a fight, he just goes,
Yeah.
and then it's like,
Go ahead and roll that 2d6.
Yeah, this is the one I never finished rolling, I guess.
That's all right.
So I'm gonna cast it again, so it's gonna show you with
Oh.
everything.
Yeah. You can add the damage to it now.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, it did not roll damage because I didn't click it. Let's try
It's
that
just
one
a
more
straight.
time.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, 8 necrotic damage. You guys can faintly see from across the bridge as these dark tendrils just emanate from Zelfer as he kind of recoils back with his shield still up. He drops it in the dark tentacles. He responds to tentacles with tentacles and starts lashing out at it.
anti-battle.
It's a hentai battle. Anything else, Zelfer?
More like a hentai party.
Oh, thank you, Jesse.
right.
I did not notice that was that way. Thank you for pointing that out.
Holding that thing wasn't that way.
I'm sorry.
That thing
Yeah.
wasn't that way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I am gonna just scream.
Okay, and Zelfer, with his Zelfer action, screams. Menon, it is your turn.
Woohoo! Okay. Oh. Motherfuckers.
What do you do?
Let's see here. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one closest to me.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's the way to get shit done.
Let's see it.
It's Eldritch Fast.
Smeldritch fast. Go.
What are you, a warlock?
That's what Azko says when he nuts.
Oh,
it's an Eldritch
boy.
Blast.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of damage.
We did decide against my my proposed 4E rule for crit damage. Yeah. I think we said
Yeah.
no to that. Okay. So that is going to be a solid 13 points of damage. Oh wow.
Oh my
Okay.
God. I forgot that I put effect yeet spell description fucking blammo.
Yeah, so Menon raises her hand and just kind of very calmly under her breath, fucking blammo, poof, as a large burst of arcane energy, with this renewed sort of, there's no passion, but this drive to regain her emotions. A large blast of her energy lurches into this creature that is currently kind of wrapped around Percival, and it completely blows off one of its tentacles, and it screeches out in pain. It's looking pretty fucking battered.
Good.
Jeez.
6.
Well, I'll go ahead and lash out and punch the one in front of me.
Fucking
Yeah,
punch it.
kick its ass. Kick its ass.
Punching.
Punch,
come
punch,
on.
punch, punch. Let's see that nat 20.
And attack.
It's close.
It wasn't quite nat.
Just the one punch? One punch!
One punch!
I'll go ahead. Now I'll open up. I'll punch him again, and then I'll punch the other one maybe.
Okay.
Knee. And that does not hit, so I will attack it a third time.
Okay. Oof.
That I assume does not hit, and then one last time.
Oh,
Oh, Well,
Woof.
good to
Oof.
know.
That's
You
a-
can't do
That's
anything
some
good
oof,
for
buddy.
minutes.
So here's what happens.
Good for me.
Six looks down at this thing. He's like, no. He
Jesus.
sees what's happening to Percival. He's like, no. He goes down and whack, punches it in directly in the beak, and it kind of reels back, doing 7 damage. That was you actually hear a small crack as he actually like caused a small crack in its beak, and it screams out in pain. And as he
Ow.
begins to try to knee and kick it and elbow, he starts throwing more swings at it. Its squirmy body kind of just writhes around, and he can't seem. He doesn't not make contact, but his blows kind of just slip off of its slimy exterior.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Okay, Percival, we're back to you.
I want to grab its beak and shut it. But that's dangerous.
Its beak is probably the size of a like a softball, if to give you some context. You could certainly try.
The,
This is a big
size of a
softball?
softball.
I am
open or
all for
closed?
create.
Yeah, what the fuck?
For a moment, I thought you
haven't-
meant an open or closed softball, and I was like, "What the fuck are you?"
That's
on
what
about?
I thought too,
Yeah.
actually. That's what I was gonna joke
No,
about. And then I realized-
I'm gonna say closed size of a softball.
I'm not stupid all the time, Isaac.
Yeah. Anyway, Percival, I'm totally down for creative attacks if you want to try something like that.
Yeah, but then I have the opportunity to get bit.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
try it.
I'm gonna. So first, Darren, I told you I took out my sword.
Yep.
And this thing's latched onto me, and I'm just gonna go whoop and kebab it.
Nope, you're not technically grappled. I don't think.
Kabop it.
Are you?
Twist it. Pull it.
You didn't tell me I was.
No, you're not technically grappled. So
Hey,
you
well
can
then
swing
it's gonna
away.
get whomped.
I don't know why you're not
Womp womp.
technically grappled, but you're not technically grappled.
Does that hit?
A 13 does not.
Then I will swing again.
That certainly does. How do you want
I
to
don't
do
think
this?
so.
Well, it's just a little one, so I'm gonna kebab it, and I'm gonna pull it off me, and I'm gonna look right at the other one,
Okay, so Menon, after
and
you,
throw the dead one on the ground, and then point at him.
after you blow one of this thing's tentacles off, Percival's like, oh, okay, fucking kebabs the thing with his sword, completely whomps it, pulls the sword out, it drops with a wet thud back down onto the bridge. Just a. I actually can't. Hold on, give me one moment. It's not actually moving. I just got to do that. Okay. And you look to the other one who's currently engaged with 6. Okay, that is going to bring us back to the larger one currently engaged with Zelfer. It is once again going to try to slap you with
Zolfer, you're
its tail.
engaged.
Schlap.
That is 14 to hit.
I'm gonna shield it.
Okay, another shield. This time, seeing the attack coming, you shield again, boom, and you can see the magical energy just radiate, barely stopping the blow. You lower the shield again as it comes at you with its tentacles, with a 15 to hit.
That hits and I can't shield.
Okay.
So use my reaction.
You're like, fuck.
Shield again. It's just infinite shield.
I'm out of reactions, man. There's a feat I can take that gives me a second reaction, and then I shield twice.
You just hold the shield. Okay, that is going to be 15, technically slashing damage as the tentacles wrap around you. And with its large beak, it opens up, some of its saliva kind of curling and attached to both ends, and it reaches out to try to bite you. Well, that is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Hits. It does take 5 cold damage for
5
biting.
cold
Correct.
damage. Okay,
Every time it hits me, it will take 5 cold damage.
every time.
Correct.
Okay, so that's a lot of cold damage. That's just a duration. It's not like a set damage alert.
Damage.
It does 5 cold damage as long as it's on me.
And it's just a duration. There's no like damage limit where it goes away. Correct?
If a creature hits you with a melee attack, the creature takes 5 cold damage.
Jesus. Okay, what's the duration on that?
An hour.
Holy fuck. Okay, that's a fantastic spell. Okay. So you see as its tentacles wrap around you, that you can see that same, like, some of the moisture on its slimy exterior starts to chip away. Same with its beak as it lunges out at you, and you're going to take I've been rolling the wrong
Ruh-roh.
damage this whole time. I'm sorry. But
Oh,
that's going to be
ruh-roh.
10 technically slashing damage. No, that's piercing damage. There we go. 10 piercing damage as its beak sinks into your shoulder.
I don't like it.
You guys hear Zelfer yell out in pain.
Fun fact: Holden, you're live.
I should just end the stream right now. Fuck you. Okay. That's going to bring us back to the smaller ones. This one that
I've
6
been
just got a
waiting.
good punch in. Is going to attempt to attack him with its tentacles once more. That time rolling a 19.
Damn it! That hits.
Okay.
What a bitch.
That is going to be 7 slashing damage as it wraps its tentacles around you, and now it gets a beak attack.
Like,
That one only being a 9 to hit. So, again, you feel the tentacles wrap around you and those kind of needle-like pinches around your skin, and then it reaches out to... I imagine it reaches out to bite you with its beak, and you just elbow it down like, no! No! And you just smack it down.
Like,
Bad thing.
bitch.
Get off.
And then...
Get the fuck out of here.
Give me just one moment, because there are 2 more that you guys saw disappear into the water.
That's meta.
No.
Meta.
Just a reminder of something you saw seconds ago. Zelfer, it's your turn.
What if I forgot? That would have been meta then.
Meta.
Something tells me your character wouldn't have forgotten.
Fair.
Zelfer?
I'm here. How big is this thing's mouth?
Big enough for a
That
dick.
one's mouth, as it opened its beak up, I don't know how
Ooh,
to...
softballs.
I'm going to say its beak, like the opening from top beak to lower beak was maybe like 1.5 feet, 2 feet. It's a large creature.
Is it currently open?
Didn't it just hit you with its beak? Its beak is currently like pinched onto your shoulder.
Can I get my left hand into it?
You can certainly try.
I would like to put my hand in its mouth and fireball.
Okay.
Damned be everything.
That's interesting. Why don't you roll Dex? Or I'll actually allow sleight of hand for this.
No, I think
To
both of
contest
those are shit.
Right, but
They're equal, so
I mean, you could also make
Good
an argument
job.
for strength, but I have a feeling that's not too great for you either.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
so it's-
use a luck point.
Okay.
Okay,
Now, with luck, do you have to take the second roll?
I'm checking.
I think you
Because that...
do.
Oof.
You choose which d20 is rolled.
Okay, that's a good thing, because it rolled a 9.
So I'm gonna stick with the 10.
So, you pull your arm up and just... you kind of get some scrapes on your arm as you kind of push your arm through its pointed beak, but you get your hand in there.
Oh, you can get it in there.
I'm also gonna have to make this saving throw.
Yeah,
Because
you
I am within the
sure
20
are.
But Zelfer is right now going, I don't want to die!
Yeah.
Isn't that Zelfer every time we fight something?
Okay, so why don't you make that dexterity saving
Boom.
throw? Oof. So you're taking that full 26 fire damage, but...
I'm also using a luck point.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Roll again.
But on the creature.
You can impose your luck point on the creature to give it disadvantage, is that it?
Nope, I roll the dice and I get to pick which one it takes.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't know its modifier, so I'm just gonna roll a d20.
Roll a d20, yep.
Roll that d20. Roll it.
And it's not gonna take that one. Don't
It's-
worry.
okay.
You can use whatever your roll you get. So I don't get to know what yours is.
Okay.
But I just don't think it wants. I was hoping for like a
it's gonna
2.
Make the dex save. It wasn't... Actually, with its modifier, it's exactly a 19 that it rolled. So, it does save. However, because you put the fireball in its mouth, I'm just gonna say it takes fucking full damage, honestly. I don't know why I made it roll. Yeah. Or rather, I would give it disadvantage. That time it rolled a natural 4. So it's taking the full damage. But so are you.
Yeah, and I'm kind of unconscious, so don't worry about it.
So you guys,
God.
you guys can kind of see off in the distance. Oh, you don't see the fireball. Well, no, you do, because what happens is, Zelfer, you stick your hand in there. You go, I don't want to die, and you launch the fireball into its mouth. It kind of reels back, kind of feeling
And
the
then
heat
you
emanating
die.
and not liking it. But you get it in there, and you can hear the singeing of whatever slime is on its exterior as it's blown back. I'm gonna actually roll something quick here. Okay, Zelfer, you're blown back 5 feet. The creature is blown back 15 feet. 50. So you guys see like some flames shoot out of this thing's mouth into Zelfer as he's blown back 5 feet and is now unconscious on the swampy ground ahead of you. And this creature, however, is blown back 15 feet, and it shrieks out with a booming as it lands with a large thud, actually shifting the bridge ahead of you as it lands with a splash.
I was really hoping I was gonna succeed that.
Things should be dead, Jesse. It was a lot of damage.
Like
Maybe
if I
Jesse
had
should be
succeeded,
dead.
if I had succeeded that, I wouldn't be unconscious, and that's what I was banking on.
I gotta adhere to the
Why
rules
would you
to some
bank on
degree.
Dex?
Okay.
You're a wizard.
Harry.
So Zelfer, you don't have to roll your first death save yet. It's Menin's turn.
You know damn well what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think I do. You saw this happen.
I'm gonna heal Zelfer because he's a fucking idiot.
Healing word.
You're gonna Eldritch
It's
Blast
being
Zelfer.
slow. Would you mind rolling for me?
Yeah. Menin's character sheet, spell book, cantrips.
Wiener.
Where's your healing word? I do not see healing word at all.
It should be in first. It's not a cantrip.
I don't see. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's just really small. I'm sorry. I will cast it for you. There we go. Okay.
Wow, egos shit much. I said ego boost in my head,
Ego shit.
and then I was like, shit, what's the opposite of boost?
Okay, so
and then I just
Menin,
it
you
was a
see
trick
Zelfer
back, I'm
fucking
sorry.
fry himself. He lands on the ground. Zelfer, you fade out of consciousness for a moment and just wake up to some familiar healing energy in a lot of pain. A lot of pain.
Good job, Zelfer.
I heard it right.
You sure did, buddy.
You did
From a
great.
distance.
you did great.
Anything else, Menin?
Nope.
Okay, 6.
I punch the thing.
One punch!
I mean,
Probably more than one punch!
what I'm good at, I guess.
Says who?
All right. Oof. No.
Are you sure you're good at this?
Oof. Okay, there's great damage on that. Take that one.
Okay.
Alright, and there's the last one.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
Woohoo!
I would like you to describe it.
Okay. So let's see. It had its tentacles around you, but it did not get its beak attack out. So as its tentacles are wrapped around you, the first fist doesn't hit it, but you start knocking its tentacles away with a couple blows, and then as it's kind of reeling back, preparing to attack you again, you knee it right in the bottom of its beak, and then as it kind of lurches upwards in pain, you headbutt into its beak, cracking it in half, and it can't even let out a screech at this point. It's in such shock and pain, it just kind of flops onto the ground as you just kind of dig your elbow into the top of it just to really secure that kill.
I don't know if anyone else has this really strange quirk, but never mind. Go ahead.
What?
Me too, man.
Yeah, keep going.
I also relate to that on a metaphysical level.
Right, Percival.
Um.
You guys have fucked these things up?
Do I get slapped by anything?
No.
And
And now you do.
Nice. I was waiting for
It's
it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet of your movement. Okay. As you get there,
I can't be surprised.
you saw the schlap coming. Yeah. You knew they were in the water somewhere.
As a reaction, can I circle like just fucking Garen spin that bitch?
Hold on. Object token. No, but does that mean
I didn't think so.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, looking at the alert feed, I'm going to go ahead and. That is only a 15 to hit, I believe. No, wait,
believe that
you
hits.
don't have armor. I always think your AC is higher than it is. I'm sorry.
Nope, I've got 12.
Yeah, Jesus. So that is a tentacle attack. It's going to lunge out at you and do 9 points of pure slashing damage as it wraps its tentacles around you. Technically, it'd be a multi attack for it to hit with its beak, so it cannot. But it's got its tentacles wrapped around you from behind. Actually, I'm gonna say like you hear the wet thud. You were expecting it, but you weren't prepared for it to go for the ankle, and it wraps around your ankle, and you hear the wet thud as it starts climbing back onto the bridge. It is still technically your turn.
What are you gonna fucking do? Kill me, I say. Stabbing down onto it.
Okay.
I think it's dead.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
I look at it. I shake it off my leg. Go, ow.
You just kind of casually shake it off your foot, and as its grapple releases, you just right into the top of it, and it slinks back with a heavy splash into the water, floating. Okay.
And then I look at the mom. I'm assuming the mom thing. I go, I'm slaughtering your children. Are you gonna do anything about it? And then that's my turn.
Okay. Well, that brings it.
Actually, the mom's probably all like, my fucking mouth is on fire.
Yeah, it literally was
Jesus
just
Christ.
a fireball launched into its face. Honestly, I'm not. Okay. It's, I'm actually gonna have it roll something quick.
Okay.
Yep, that's enough. Okay, seemingly terrified of Zelfer, it's gonna turn and just fucking book the other way. 25. Using its
rolling that
full, using its full movement to go
Ooh.
down the bridge, and it runs into you, sees its dead kin below, and you can imagine it's going to attack you. With its tentacles, that's 2 nat ones in a row. Okay, so it lurches out with its tentacles, and you kind of just slap. It's kind of like a wild, uncoordinated attack of it as its tentacles wrap around you. Some of them don't even come close to hitting, and one you kind of just brush away with your sword nonchalantly.
Poor dude. Jesus.
Yeah. But now it can make a tail attack. Jesus Christ. That's an 11, which is just below your AC. God.
How'd you know that?
Okay. That's gonna end its turn. So this is- Okay, Zelfer.
I'm gonna use half my movement speed to get up. Kind of stand up, go here.
Ooh, your armor
Oh.
would be down, wouldn't it?
Yes, armor lift when
Okay.
I vanished. I point at it and go, Mom told me there's no crying in baseball! And I cast Mind Spike.
Okay. You start wading into the water a little bit, just...
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I rolled terrible, but
So did it. That's a 7.
so it takes full damage and it cannot hide from me at all. I always know where it is.
That's fucked up. Okay, so it takes 7 damage and it screeches out with its booming roar once more.
I know there's no crying in baseball. Stop it.
As I kind of lean down and go, no,
You have a feeling that if you could understand
Baseball.
this thing's language, it would be saying something about its dad being disappointed. Menon, that's gonna be your turn.
I'm gonna ask Zelfer what's baseball. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I'll just blast that home as I talk about sport.
Eldritch Blast that ho!
Childish blast.
If it's invisible, it gains nothing.
Eldritch classed.
Wait, where is it? Oh, I'm still in my level 1s. That's right. I'm Big Dom.
We know.
Thanks.
We love you anyway.
I don't.
Well, that's a good roll, man.
So you
1d10.
watch this Eldritch Blast now. You kind of depleted a lot of your arcane energy with that last one. A much weaker one goes out as you're thinking about whatever the fuck baseball is, and it you see it hit the exterior of this creature, but doesn't seem to notice.
Yeah, what the fuck is baseball?
Literally launched down his throat. Jesse, it made the dex save, so it didn't go down his throat, but he still fireballed it in the face. So yeah, that did a lot of damage, but it's not dead. 6.
I remove from my bag a very special rock, and I throw it at this thing.
Oh my swear to God, it's gonna hit me.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I actually wasn't prepared for that. I need to pull
You
something
gave him
up.
the damn rock.
No, he gave me the rock.
I didn't give anyone the rock. The rock was there.
The rock
rock
got
was there.
found, yeah.
Okay.
Just walked in and Dwayne Johnson was like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah. You want to call Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Skip. Stuff.
Throw a whole ass Dwayne Johnson at somebody.
Hey man, oh Jason, I hope I've given you enough spells to play with.
I have plenty. I'm working on them right now.
What if we kissed at Toyotathon?
What if we butt fucked?
Okay.
Nay, I jest. Unless.
Oh, madam, I've seen him accidentally.
Zelfer, does a
message
13 hit you?
Oh, yes.
6, I need you to roll 1d6 plus 7.
Oh, I'm going unconscious. Hold it, I have 7 health. I have 6 health.
You have 6 health?
Wait a
You
minute.
healed me for 6.
So 6, as you pull out this special rock and you aim very precisely at this creature, the rock, as you throw it, bolts. It follows a trajectory. I'm sorry, I'm just too excited. That you would expect it to, but then just keeps going. Rather than slamming into this creature, it arcs. It just keeps going in an completely improbable path and smacks Zelfer on the head, for enough to make him unconscious. So,
Why didn't it do that last time?
6. Yeah,
Oh,
so you throw
come
this rock, and
on.
it just, in an impossible arc, smacks Zelfer in the head, and you hear, no! Poof! And there's a small sploosh as he lands on the ground, unconscious once more.
Those idiots learned nothing.
Okay. Oops. That's my turn.
Okay. Then that's gonna bring us to Percival.
I'm going to look at the thing, shake my head kind of sadly, and whomp it twice.
Womp womp.
Oof. Well, at least I did, a little
Okay,
bit.
so you're gonna womp womp. That second one is going to hit for 15 damage. As this rock sails over you, and you hear a thud, and Zelfer falls to the ground with a splash. You you pull out the sword, or you don't pull out. You still had it out. You slice across one of this thing's tentacles with your sword, completely cleaving one of the 4 tentacles off. With a pain growl, it starts to kind of recoil from you a little bit.
What, are you gonna run from me too?
Okay, and that's gonna bring us to its turn. Zelfer, are you back?
He died.
I think he's coming back
straight
now.
up
It's okay.
committed death.
Seemingly on its last legs in desperation. Actually, yeah, no, fuck that. Losing one of its 4 tentacles, it's gonna turn and dive into the water. Percival, you do get an attack of opportunity as it tries to disappear into the water.
Well, I think I'll just take that.
Okay, so as it dives into the water,
I missed.
As it dives into the water, your sword brushes up against its thick hide, and you feel contact, but it
Ooh,
still
sheep
goes
thick.
into the water with, again, a surprisingly quiet sploosh, and disappears into the water. And it's going to fire. Okay. And that's gonna
Oh
bring
my
us to
God,
its turn.
son of a bitch. Fucking Zelfer's unconscious.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
gonna look at him, go, where's the creature? And then, because he mind spiked it.
I know.
But
Someone
some
hit me with a
stupid
rock.
bitch is unconscious.
Someone hit him with a rock. Well, actually, nobody hit him with the rock. The rock just hit him.
I blame 6.
It
The
is
rock's
kind of
like,
Six's
"Fuck
fault.
this guy."
Well, no, it's never mind. So this other small creature jumps out. You hear a splash behind you, Percival, and you immediately turn around to this creature lunging at you with its tentacles desperately. Jesus fucking Christ! Another nat 1. I need to stop using that die forever. This encounter was supposed to be so much worse, and I'm just rolling terribly. So it reaches out with its tentacles, and you just kind of sidestep out of the way. It's gonna.
Nice.
Zelfer, I need a death save. As you're unconscious again. Clunk. Splash. That is 1 fail.
Oh,
Oof.
no.
Immediately followed by Menon, who sighs, feeling just the tiniest twinge of disappointment.
And me?
I don't think so.
Everyone.
I didn't do anything this time.
But what if we did? Haha, just kidding. Unless.
Man.
Okay, so you're back up to 7. So after this rock hits you in the head, you the last thing you see is just this rock getting closer to you, and then thunk, and you fall down. You wake up with the rock on your chest.
I grab it and put it in my pocket.
You
You
can do that on your turn.
Can I hug it? Or I wake up just.
You start hugging the rock. Okay, yeah, I'll allow it. You start hugging the rock. Okay.
Little baby.
6, it's your turn again.
Well, I move forward.
Go ahead.
And oh, I'm selecting the deal. Come on. He doesn't want to move. I don't know if you can move him for me. Oh, I have the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Select. There we go. Okay. Up here, and I will punch one time. Is what I have.
One punch this time. Boom. 2 punches this time. Boom. Boom.
Actually, I'll use the foot. I'll just kick it.
Kick to the foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Why?
amazing.
You are. What has happened to you? Your
I don't
rolls
know,
are so.
But it's incredible.
It's yeah, kind of impressive how terrible your melee attacks have been lately.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Man.
That one was a 3.
Oof.
Wait a second.
6 is losing his edge.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
hit
know.
plus 4. Damage. Yeah. There's nothing.
Yeah, everything looks fine.
I don't
I don't know.
understand. You're just genuinely
That's all right.
really unlucky recently.
No problem. I'll come out of it.
Damn.
6 is losing his edge.
Yeah, that's nuts.
At the ripe old age of like fucking 30 something.
Oh, however, 6, I think your damage is slightly nerfed. You should be
What do I have?
proficient with all of these melee attacks, shouldn't you?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You don't
I
have any of the
Oh.
proficiencies checked.
All right.
There's something.
Checking them now.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Anyway.
you.
Well, why don't
Thank
you
you for
just
noticing
check
that.
proficiencies?
My
LOL,
bad.
duh. Okay, so you try to kick this thing, and you do, but your foot kind of just slips off of its slimy exterior.
Ooh, she's big and
All right.
Again, 6 is a capable melee fighter. He's hitting it. It's just really fucking slimy.
All right. Wait, I do have a question though. If I hover over my last, it shows rolling 1 die 20
Mhm.
plus 4, but then if you look in my 2 hit on my weapons, it says 2 hit 6. Isn't that
I'm sorry?
off? I don't know. Never mind. Keep going.
To hit 6. Yeah, no, that's because you just added the proficiency.
Oh, you're right. Okay, great.
Yep, that's all.
All right. All right.
Okay. Mystery solved. Was that your turn then?
Mystery solved. That wasn't my entire turn. Yes.
Okay, Percival. This thing has lurched out from behind you and failed to grapple you.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
Do it.
going to
Cry.
reach and actually hold on. Yeah, okay, yep. I'm gonna grab its beak
Okay.
and
So
shocking grasp him.
that is a 14 to hit. That is just enough. Okay, it's only 3 damage though.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sadly.
so here.
it's just a D8.
Hold
Well,
on.
is he wet?
Hold on. Hold on.
It has advantage that the target is wearing metal, but it doesn't say anything about wet.
That's up to DM though.
Fair.
Huh. Okay, actually, yeah, I'm gonna roll this. So you guys watch as he turns around and just grabs this thing by the beak as it's extending its tentacles towards him, and you see the electric energy leave his hand and then just ripple across this thing's body, and it tries to screech out, but Percival, you're the only one that hears a as it as it can't because you have its beak shut. It seemed to be hurt by that quite a lot.
All right, I look at it and I go, "Where the fuck's your mom?" And I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay,
Actually, can I make a weapon attack still? Oh, I think I have
No,
Warcaster.
that was your. Oh.
No, I believe I have Warcaster now since I leveled up. Let me just.
Yeah, please double check for me.
Do.
I'm so happy Zaza's delivering again.
Where would I have put it?
Under feet.
How would Warcaster help you here?
I believe every time I cast a cantrip, I can make a weapon attack.
No. When a hostile creature movement provokes an opportunity attack, you can use your reaction to cast a spell instead of a weapon attack. There's nothing
Is that
about...
Warcaster?
Yeah, I'm looking at Warcaster right now. It's that you can perform the somatic components of a spell even when you have a weapon or shield in one or both hands, and
Hold on.
you also have advantage on Constitution save or concentration checks. There's nothing about being able to make...
No, War Magic. Sorry, I don't
War
know where
Magic?
it is. I'm almost positive I put it in there. It's the class feature for Eldritch Knight.
Oh.
Beginning at 7th level, when you use your action to cast a cantrip, you can one weapon attack as a bonus action.
Oh, then fucking swing. Yeah.
Unless you don't want to.
Well, you don't have to, but...
Oh darn! You know.
now that I
don't
think about
feel
it...
like it.
You can swing, unless...
I swing.
You fucking swing, all right. Guess how much health it had? Exactly
15.
that. How do you want to do this? God, Percival just fucking destroying this encounter.
I have it by the mouth, by the beak.
Yeah, you sure
and
do.
I'm going to literally kebab this one too. And with my sword, I'm going to swing it like a baseball bat and throw him into the water over here and say, "Go find your mom!"
Okay.
And that's it.
Ouch. That's cold.
Well, the mom already saw the 3 other ones, so
Yeah.
you know, here's the 4th one just for assurance. 100% kill rate. Those are rookie stats. You gotta get those numbers up.
Okay. So as you say, go find your mom. The mom finds you. And it...
Nice.
It's staying in the water, reaches out with its tail to smack you into... to pull you into the water.
I'd like to see it try.
24.
I tried and succeeded.
So you can make a strength saving throw.
I will.
Okay.
Oof.
So you're only going to take, because it used that, you're only going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. As it pulls you, you guys watch Percival get smacked from the tail wraps around him and pulls him into the water.
I look at 6 as I'm falling down and go, "Found her!"
And splash! You are in the water with it, and now it's going to try to wrap its tentacles around you.
Fucking love it. The
Uh,
fact-
14.
I can breathe underwater. No, I can't. Shit.
I believe you,
Ah,
that's definitely going to hit you. Now... You're going to take... Oh, those are shitty damage rolls. 17 piercing or slashing
I'm
damage
6.
as it wraps its tentacles around you. It's already used its multi-attack, so it can't use its beak, but you are encompassed by this thing in the water.
Nice.
Zelver.
Oh,
You get back up, and you wake back up, and you just wrap your arms around the rock and start sobbing a little.
I sit up. Can I see the thing?
Yeah, it's large enough you can see it sticking out of the water, and you can see the large hulking form being pulled by it, which you can assume, looking around quickly, is Percival.
Hey, that's not very nice. Roll 5d4 plus 5. I'm casting a magic missile at level 3.
Okay.
Ooh, beach.
Okay.
I sit up, holding the rock with my left hand. I just my right arm and go, "Hey, that's not very nice." And just 5.
Yeah. All 5
I go
of
back
them.
to
Good.
I go back to petting the rock, going, "Please stop this."
Make a persuasion check. And I'm giving this to you as a
What?
free.
Wow.
What?
The rock's like,
Okay.
okay.
All right. So Percival, as this thing has you grappled under, it's starting to pull you underwater. You feel it jolts around a few times. You can't hear anything, but you feel that. Menon, it's your turn now.
Okay. It is time for the blammo.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Verbal, does it have to be a word, or does it just have to be a sound?
Technically, it could be a sound. I suppose.
That's not great.
Cool.
I mean, what for what?
A spell.
Right, but what spell?
It
Is it an action or bonus action?
would be. Hold on. I'm trying to decide which
I'll
spell.
I'll just tell you. I'll just tell you. If it's an action, it's a series. That's 6 seconds, so it's a series of sounds or words.
Big.
If it's an action, it's a series of sounds or words. If it's a bonus action, it could just be a quick sound or word. That Eldritch Blast, Menin. You carefully try to launch it into the water, and it just splashes into the water. 6.
Six shrugs and just sort of tries to kick the thing in front of it again.
Okay.
I mean, in front of him, not in front of
Right,
it.
right.
There's my mouse. And boof. Didn't work. Boof.
Boof. That is enough to hit.
Hey! All right.
Okay, that is enough to hit. Is that you give it a solid kick and just like right in the center of its slithery body, and it kind of. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry, I forgot to mark that one as dead. Percival just killed it. He launched it out. That is my mistake. I will give you that action back.
Oh.
That's 100% my fault. I forgot that Percival fucking
Oh, no
yeeted
worries.
that out into the
Okay.
water.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I fucking.
All right.
I forgot. That is my mistake. You have your full action economy.
No problem. All right. Well, I'll
Retcon,
just sort of.
retcon.
Can I still see the thing wrapped around Percy?
You
here?
can see like the top half of it, and Percy's head is barely above the water as it's trying to pull him down.
Wait, my
Okay.
head's still above the water?
Barely.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
pulling
enough.
you down.
That's enough.
I jump in and try to untangle Percy from its tentacles.
Okay, so you're trying to ungrapple him?
Yes.
You can roll a strength check then. Or it would be
roll-
athletics.
Athletics.
Yes, sir.
Oof.
That is, so you jump into the water, you guys hear the splash, and you start to pull them away. You actually get one tentacle off of him, but there's still 2 wrapped around him.
Okay. All right. That's me.
Okay, Percival.
Is my mouth above water?
Yep.
Sounds like verbal works.
Verbal technically would work underwater, but there are different rules for that. But go ahead.
Let me see where everybody's placed here.
Something over there.
6. Have you taken damage this round? That's probably meta.
That's pretty meta.
I have, yes.
That bitch.
Well, I mean, you could tell him, yeah, I have been hit. Like, he could probably quickly glance and see that you have some damage to you. That's okay. As long as you're not
Can
giving
I-
exact health.
Gotcha.
Tell him 3 words and use a verbal.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I look at him with like one of my last breaths before I go underwater, and I go, "Cover your ears." And I cast Shatter on myself with a creature on me. So actually,
That's half damage on a save, yeah?
yeah,
What's the minimum damage you can do?
3.
Okay.
So
Cast
actually, hold on. No, I lied. I'm gonna cast it right here.
So just out of range of 6.
Oh shit! It would still hit me
Mm.
because I'm grappled by this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll cast it there.
Okay, so you technically need to make the save as well?
Yep.
Okay.
For some reason it says 11 thunder damage,
Uh-huh.
but then it says, oh wait, never mind. What spell? Oh, I was looking at shocking grasp. I was like, oh, electric damage. Fucking idiot.
Do you want to make that
Constitution
con save?
save, right?
Yep. Okay,
Nice.
you made it, so you're only going to take 5. It also made it, and it's only going to take 5. How do you want this to happen?
You killed everything.
Percival, I think, literally killed all of them.
Did it really only have 5
Or-
health?
Or
I got one.
he got almost all of them. That's right, 6. You did kill the one over here.
Yay!
It had 4. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
How do you want this to go down?
I tell 6 to cover his ears,
Mm-hmm.
and then I look at the water. Actually, hold on. Okay. Now that I'm rereading it, I read the wrong spell. It is VSM. It's not just V. I was looking at cause fear. So with all the thrashing and movement, that still would have been movement, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then I would have it. Okay, perfect. All right, then we're good. I was just like, ooh.
How do you want it to die?
I'm gonna make it erupt underwater partially.
Okay.
So you're gonna see the swell of water, and it's gonna pop up, and just a shattering, ringing noise blows this thing to bits.
Okay. And as its body is torn apart and ripped across this swampy area, bits flying everywhere, it lets out one last screech. And there's a moment of quiet where previously the wildlife around you seemed to have died down. The slow bubbling of the water comes back. The crickets and the various insects begin to start chirping once more. And you guys are left with bits of slippery bastard everywhere. And
I'd like to untangle myself.
yeah, and some of the water just rippling still from some of the effects from battle. The bridge a little more torn.
I walk towards 6 while holding the rock and petting it.
I start floating, and I go, "Fuck, that was loud."
I get out of the water.
I kiss the rock and go, "You're going home now, friend." And I hand it back to 6.
I sheepishly put it into my backpack.
And then I go, "Come here. Lean closer."
To me?
Yes.
Oh, I can hear you.
Lean closer.
Are we dancing?
You know this
Lean
ain't
in.
about hearing.
Are we dancing?
Sure. I'd lean in.
I flick his nose.
Ow.
Like aggressively.
Ow. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh. Ow.
You made me waste a spell.
Ow. Okay, I'm
Six
sorry.
gets knocked unconscious.
Why'd that hurt so much?
I think he's playing it up to make Zelfer feel better.
yeah.
Zelfer just goes, "You made me waste a spell."
Well, 6, make a performance check.
Oh, yes, I can do that. Will you take performance?
I would love to take performance.
Will you take me performance? I can do better.
Zelfer, what's your
I
passive
can't.
insight?
My passive insight is 14.
You're fairly certain he's playing it up. Okay, yeah.
I don't care enough. Zelfer, even if he got in that one, Zelfer wouldn't acknowledge it. Don't. You made me waste magic, and that's not okay.
No, I understand. I won't play with the rock anymore.
I point at my charred arm. This really hurts.
You made me waste 2 spells.
I
is
only
true.
made you waste 1.
I casted mine willingly.
He doesn't know that.
I'll finally get out of the water.
I will go
Remember
into the
that-
water.
Percy.
That episode of
Oh.
Avatar where they pretended to have like that disease by putting a little octopus on him.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what the sucker marks look like?
No, it's much more like it looks like they're not quite so visible because essentially you had like 100 tiny needles pierced into your skin.
Sweet, a fucking badass tattoo.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm in the water.
Do you like the imagery I thought up though?
Zelfer jumps in.
I start to grab and cut off tentacles.
There
Yeah,
are
it
little
was
bits
a
of tentacles
lot more
everywhere.
pleasant.
I would like
Yeah.
I would like to try to get 1 full tentacle.
It has been. You know, actually, there was one tentacle that was. There's actually one full tentacle back on the bridge where Percival
Then
initially
I
cut it off.
would not have jumped off
Yeah,
the bridge.
there's a full tentacle kind of at
Okay.
6's feet a little bit.
I grab it, I walk over to this thing, and I want its beak.
Okay, make a medicine check.
All right, time to gather the body parts.
Boom, boom, boom!
Time for body bits.
Okay.
Time to make the
Its beak
donuts.
is cracked, but you are able to pretty quickly surgically remove it.
So,
I don't like the sentence of Zelfer surgically removed.
slippery bastard beak.
It's a grick beak.
A
Cracked,
Greek.
cracked grick beak.
A Krgeek.
Sounds racist.
And then Grick
Yeah,
tentacle.
get it up.
I also
Oh.
put the name for that.
Hey, get out of here, you fucking grick.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't...
For the tentacle, there's spikes, little spines on it.
Oh yeah. All on the inside where you would expect suckers to be.
I poke one.
It pricks your finger slightly.
and then revs up.
The
You don't
Batmobile just
bleed.
went
It's
by,
not.
guys.
It's not a large enough puncture to make you bleed, but you could feel it pierce your skin. Kind of like how you when your skin gets pierced by like a small nail. Yeah.
I kind of look over at first and go, I have ideas for this, and I put it in my bag.
What
with
the
the
fuck?
beak.
It is
What kind of nail?
the beak you can very easily take, but the tentacle is probably a good 4 feet long.
I would like just the part that has suctions on it.
Though it has suctions running along the entire inside of it.
I would like about 1 foot to 2 foot.
Okay, you can easily cut off. I will say for the sake of carrying it, since we're not using encumbrance, I'm just going by not being too silly. You can have like a 1 foot section of alpha grit tentacle.
Yep. Done.
Okay.
I look at the party. Are we gonna be sitting here for a little bit?
Would you
Sure.
like to?
That's up to the soulless person.
I sit down. I put the other part of the tentacle, and I'm gonna try to get as many needles out as possible.
Woo.
I don't not have a.
I know, it's just fun to say, and it makes you feel bad.
I don't feel anything.
Well, I'm at least trying then.
Okay.
I appreciate your effort.
I'm gonna take your last medicine check since we're dealing with basically the same creatures here. You start to see a pattern where these small needle-like pinchers are, and you start to pull some out. You pinch your fingers a couple times, but you're fairly confident. You get a few out. I'm gonna say you get about a dozen, Grick needles, Grick tentacle needles. Greedles, if you will. Before you guys start to hear some splashing in the water around this vicinity, and it sounds like it's getting closer. Just very gentle splash, just enough to catch your attention.
Percy looks at it and goes, I'm not surprised.
I use minor illusion to make the identical splash right here.
Okay, the splashing stops. Percival, with your
Encounter
alert feet,
dodge.
make an insight check for me, or a nature
Insight?
check. Insight or nature, up to you.
Let's see which one I'm better in.
Titties.
How do I
How did you
have
know?
a +2 to nature when I've been locked up for 15 years? 10 years. I forget how long. It's been that long.
Okay. You obviously don't know exactly what it is, but you get that feeling like when someone's watching you, and you feel like you're being hunted.
So, I'm gonna say that I'm sitting on like the dock, right here, dangling my feet off into the water,
Uh-huh.
Watch it.
and I'm going to look at exactly. Let me zoom out a bit. Look exactly right here, and say, "I know you're there."
Okay. You do so. The water is mostly
Sorry.
still, other than the regular bubbles. And there's a few
Hey.
moments of silence as you guys kind of watch Percival just talk at the water.
I have an idea.
I would love to hear it, for once.
Do anyone have
anyone?
Do anyone have rope?
I do.
I pull this body towards him, the body of this Grick. Tie the rope very tightly around this thing and throw it into the water while holding onto the other end of the rope.
Do anyone have a rope?
I thought it was do we anyone?
As Zelfer is trying to sell this idea
Go
to the party, there's a much larger splash where I'm pinging here. Oh, I'm sorry, you cannot see that. There's a much larger splash here, and you see the body of this dead Grit get pulled under the water very rapidly.
I slowly pull my feet back onto the dock, and I walk this way.
I start gesturing to the Grick and rope.
Six?
Holden, I don't have anything in my inventory
I mean, I'll hand over my rope.
because Percival doesn't have a shirt,
Correct.
and I don't think he would have gotten anything after he got
Nope. All you asked for at the general store was a backpack. You had an
I didn't
opportunity
ask for
to
any
get.
supplies.
Yeah.
Ha,
So-
you're gonna have
You know where to get
like,
some.
carpet burn on your
Oh
shoulders.
yeah, I know.
I am gonna.
Don't forget your good friend Michael.
I am gonna start to tie the rope around this brick as much
Hold
as
on, I know where you sleep.
like as
No.
tightly as possible.
Wait, what are we doing with the grick?
I'm tying a rope to it. We're gonna throw it in the water. Also, we're gonna hold on to the rope, and whatever tries to pull it in, we're gonna pull it back.
Oh, maybe we should tie the other end to something.
Do you dig the DayZ files in the background, Jesse? Can you see more than just the game? I'm sorry.
Okay, let's tie it to something.
Was there enough of a time
Flies.
to take a short rest?
Not files,
No.
flies.
Okay, then
we
I.
You could start taking one if
Sorry.
you wanted.
What are we tying it to?
Well,
The bridge?
All right, you
One of the
start
bigger
tying.
pillars?
You start
would
tying.
that
it
allow
to
me
the
to use
pillar.
my hit dice?
Do not use them yet. You can
Alright,
tell
hold
me
on.
if you want to start taking a short rest.
Well, if that time didn't do it, then no, I'm not going to.
No. You guys have
I'm
been here
gonna
for just a few minutes.
I'm gonna start tying the other end to this brick.
Oh, the DayZ flies. I thought you said files. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Then I'm going
DM?
Yes.
to restore my
I
points as I action surge, or not action surge, second one, just in case.
I tie one end of the rope to the to this bridge post.
Yep.
I tie the other end to this brick.
Okay.
Do you know where I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think I can.
It's-
Actually,
it's
could you
where I'm
clarify?
pinging.
Could you clarify?
It's where I'm pinging.
I don't
right
think
now.
I quite understand. Actually, could you? I'm sorry.
Do you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah, I'm just not following. I don't quite understand.
is
what
where
you're
it's
doing
happening.
here.
Okay, everyone, on the count of 3.
Fuck you.
1,
You guys have it fucking
2,
tied to the
3,
post.
ping.
Fuck all of you.
Okay.
All right.
That was fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No
Mr.
coordination.
Mr. Percy, you're strong, right?
I'd like to think so, yes.
All right. Can you grab the front?
There's another
Mr.
audible splash on my ping.
Mr. Six, would you like to grab the middle? And we'll
I
throw it
would
in.
like to grab the middle.
Okay, I grab it, and I am gonna toss it off the dock.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Okay. You toss it off the dock, and as you do so, you see lunging out of a water a large crocodile that grabs the Grick's body. It was this one here, yeah? Grabs his body and pulls it down underwater again.
I grab onto Percy and cast enlarge.
Reel him in!
I go pull it in.
I
What
I'll
does that do
start
to his
pulling.
weight? Hold on. What does that do to his weight?
Times 8, I believe.
weight is multiplied by 8.
Okay, so the bridge starts collapsing beneath him.
As I start falling, I look at Zelfr and go, I want to wrestle it.
I go, okay, just pull it back so I can hit it.
So now,
I'm
Percival, you feel your feet go through, and you just it doesn't completely snap all the way through. These logs are waterlogged enough that you just kind of fall through. Like you make 2 large holes with your feet and fall through, and you're about how tall are you now?
I'm double my height, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to look this up. I've never looked at my height before, actually.
You're at least 6 feet, yeah.
6'2".
6 foot.
Oh, he's 12'4".
6'1", sorry.
So
12'2".
you feel your feet touch the bottom, and your head is like eye level with everyone else's feet.
Oh, it's deep. Pull.
I don't like this anymore. I still have the rope, though, right?
You should.
You have the rope. You can feel some pulling on it as this
Is this solid ground?
over there,
over
yeah.
here? All right, I'm going to teleport over there with the rope.
Okay. Sure.
I'm gonna fucking yank
Make a strength check.
with
That's
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah. God damn it.
Oh,
It's a good thing you had advantage because it rolled a 10.
Woo.
As it's munching down, you guys see some thrashing in the water as Percival starts to pull this thing in, and this large crocodile, still like in the midst of eating this Grick, gets pulled. How far are you pulling it?
Close enough
Okay, it's
for Zelfra to hit it.
yeah,
Then it
it's
doesn't have to be that close. There's good.
yeah. You start pulling it in.
I am gonna fucking just ray of frost the fucker in its face. Just freeze.
Okay.
Please hit it. Okay, that's all it.
I have an idea.
So do I. Are you gonna fucking just thud?
What?
Are you gonna turn it into a fucking flail and just smash it against the ground?
I could.
I hit it with
You
No.
gave him ideas.
No.
Bastard.
No, I was gonna go for the insta kill, but
Zelfra is
Wait,
ray
so-
frosting it currently. What's everyone else doing?
6 says, wait, it's just a crocodile.
Do it.
it's eating our gricks.
He drops the rope.
I'm hanging back. I'm
Yeah.
fucking with this thing.
As nobody's doing
Yes.
anything else after Zelfra rays of frost, it's gonna lunge out up at him to try to bite him. Dropping some grick pieces back into some bloody grick pieces back into the water. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
I will use a shield. I think I can cast that at level 2.
I hope so.
Let me check.
Oh my god, silly crap.
Well, I mean, I know I can. Yeah, it doesn't do anything, but it doesn't do anything extra.
But you can still use it. Okay, so it lunges out at you, and you just and pull up a shield, and it bounces back into the water.
Well,
And it's thrashing about now. Percival, with that strength, that you're able to kind of keep it in place, but it's thrashing about, probably in serious pain, as most of its body has just been frozen.
This works even better than my insta kill thing. God damn it.
I go, Mr. Percy, now would be a good time to get rid of it. In any manner you see fit.
I will look at him and go, but why?
It's gonna eat me.
Get off the fucking dock, half brain.
You guys can see some more movement in the water just behind. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see that. Just behind this one.
Thank Christ you said that, because
I would like to use my action to disengage and run away.
You run away. And there's just
I'm
this
gonna-
thrashing crocodile that you are fighting for no fucking reason.
Alright, I'm going to
Kill it.
look at it.
Prove your strength.
Giant Percival.
And
Rippling muscles, body dripping wet, menin.
We're not killing it for no reason. What if one of the nice elderly couple fucking got hurt?
6
I'm
teleports
going
across the
to-
map.
I ran.
Oh, you're running across?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that. You can run to the other side. Fine.
Do I need to make a check?
No, you're
Okay.
fine.
I'm gonna look at
Alright.
the crocodile and cast Cause Fear.
Okay,
The swamp ends here, guys.
sure.
There's just a wall.
That's a fail. 6 hours.
Oh,
I'll become
God.
frightened of you until. Okay, so now it's thrashing even harder, trying to get away from you, but you're still holding it with the rope. And it's also its movement is slowed because it was hit by Ray of Frost, so it's just fucking freaking out in the water.
You're gonna bring my rope back, right?
Do it.
Nightmares.
And at this point, another crocodile emerges from the water and advances toward giant Percival.
I have one more spell slot. I'm gonna cast Cause Fear on that one too.
Oh my god. Okay. God fucking. So this one starts. You guys watch as this other crocodile angrily starts advancing. It puts one foot on land, looks up at giant Percival, who just stares at it, and then it just turns around slowly in its crocodile form and just splashes
I'm gonna
back in the
move-
water and fucking fucks off.
I'm gonna move to here and go, if we freeze it, we can eat it later. And I'm gonna frost this one again.
It's fucking frozen. You killed it. It's frozen. Okay? You have a frozen croc in the water. Percival, you feel as the tension in the rope slows and
Pull it up.
eventually
No.
completely stops.
I've
I
heard
pull the
crocodiles.
rope up like a fishing pole and I go, reel them in, boys.
And you reel in a large frozen crocodile.
I gently take the rope off
Yep.
and I look at 6 over there. And before I say anything, I look at Zelfra and go, can you make me small again?
I go, small.
6, I got your rope.
Thank
And
you,
some
buddy.
crocodile.
That's great.
We can keep it. Fresh longer by keeping it frozen.
I thought you were gonna say we can keep it as a pet.
And then guess what? Now we can eat. I stop. I look at Menon. I look at Percy. I look at Six. I lean in really close. We eating good tonight, boys.
I've heard crocodile's delicious.
I heard it's really tough.
It is very
Yeah,
gamey,
I've-
yeah.
Heard it's not bad.
I mean,
so I
it's
guess there's
fucking
that.
crocodile, so.
It doesn't have to die for nothing.
It has to
Bitch,
be
we was
cooked right.
You
hungry.
have a frozen crocodile.
I am not carrying that.
I would like to try and butcher it.
Frozen.
Yeah.
I know.
You'll have to
Oh,
let
we're
it
just
thaw,
gonna
man.
Wait, okay, how big
It can't
exactly
be
is this
frozen
crocodile?
all the way through.
Not knowing much about you can't tell. Well, no, you can quickly. You would
Do I
gauge.
know how tall I am?
No, I was just
I don't.
age plays a role, but you don't. That doesn't. You're not. That's not what you're asking. My mind was going elsewhere. It's about 9-10 feet long.
Tonight on Direwood, the party's most ridiculous encounter yet.
Yeah, really.
Okay, what I'm gonna actually do then is say 6. I'll give you your rope back later. I have an idea. And
Okay.
then I'm going to tie one part around its neck and the other part around its tail, and I'm gonna wear the crocodile like a backpack.
Yeah, you are.
Good lord.
That's gonna get chilly.
It's
Just-
gonna be like
just
a
warning you.
sword, except a crocodile.
Okay, you probably could do that. If
feel
it
like you're
didn't
going to
weigh maybe
incur some
700
movement penalty.
pounds.
Oh,
Dude, this is a good eats.
this is a really good eat. Shit.
I mean,
hey, Zelfa, can you minimize this?
Only for a minute.
Oh,
You get a feeling the only reason you did so well in wrestling it in the water is because you were fucking 12 feet tall. And yet again, Zelfer just doesn't cease to surprise me.
Okay, you gave me rope,
Yeah,
food,
yeah,
and something to catch.
yeah.
We literally just went fishing, caught a crocodile, scared the shit out of 2 of them, and refrigerated one.
and what do we have
Steve
to show
Irwin
for
hates
it?
them. Find out why.
And what have we gained? Literally nothing, because we can't get this thing
700
back.
pounds of crocodile.
What
Six,
did
you
it
have this. You have the
cost?
rock, yeah.
I do, yeah. I
You
was
feel
starting
just-
to juggle it.
Where is it on your person?
It's in my bag.
Okay, you feel some shuffling in your bag.
Oh no!
I'm going to freeze, wide-eyed. And I'm going to slowly take my backpack off and hold it at arm's length.
Yep.
And watch to see if it continues to move.
It just slightly watching it, you can just see just a little just like as if somebody was like taking their fist and just very gently pushing from the inside, just a little movement.
I see. And
Ooh,
if I
what's
sort of
this?
open the top and look in, do I see that the rock is the thing
You
moving?
just see your
or-
items in there, including the rock.
Okay. All right. I'll do a good clear, make sure there's no giant spider or something in there.
Make an
You
investigation
have
check
Ray of Frost as a fucking cantrip.
Yeah.
with advantage because it's your bag.
Well, yeah, it's a cantrip spell.
I thought Ray
15.
of Frost was like a first level.
No.
Oh no, I'm thinking Chill Touch.
2D,
also-
it's a 2d8 cantrip. That's
Chill
pretty
touch is
wild.
also a cantrip.
Oh.
All my
You're-
all my cantrips are 2 something
You're
now.
fairly leveling. Yeah, you're fairly certain. There's nothing else
Forehead.
in there.
Okay.
But the movement has stopped.
All right. I'll pull a video game night guard and go, well, that's weird. Put my backpack back on.
Must have been the wind.
Yeah.
Hey, 6, do you want to help me drag this thing?
I don't think I do.
We can
Okay.
eat it. We can feed it
All
to the
of it?
rats.
Can I make a history check to see if crocodile tails are any good? With like mega disadvantage.
You can make a nature check. You have no fucking clue, buddy.
We could Mr. Six.
Are we cooking it here?
Mr. Six, I
Yes.
can come up with a reason why you'd want to take it back.
Uh,
Celebration, celebration, and the king rat coming home.
I mean, it is a good excuse to grill up a crock there.
And
I'm
I'm
not.
sure the rats would love it.
I'm a little.
Can you picture how happy
hesitant.
they would be?
I'm a bit hesitant to perhaps encourage the behavior that we have begun to notice.
What do you mean? I think they're going into awesome little tykes.
And so wait, we're dragging 800 pounds of crock with us back right now?
Yes.
But we
I'd
just
like-
got here.
To feel the tail of the crocodile. Can I feel if it's like meaty?
It is
Just
thick.
kind of feeling it. You feel the thick, bumpy hide. There's probably some good meat in there.
shit.
You don't really know.
Hey, hold
You
on.
can't tell just by touching.
Hey, hold on.
Huh.
I'd like to see if it's a boy or girl crocodile.
Okay, make a nature check.
Get some mad croc pussy right now.
It'd be really cold.
Okay,
Eat my ass.
you can tell this one is female. Somehow. Though you don't know any. You've never seen a crocodile in your life.
We literally just found a husband and wife crocodile, lassoed one of them, froze it to death, and scared the shit out of the husband.
Yes.
I'd be
That's how he
scared.
gets shit done.
Yes.
All right.
Can't believe I'm looking up like how to prepare and what crocodile meat is like and what parts of the crocodile are good. Like I can't believe I have to.
What we could do is carve into it now. Take out the meatiest parts. I can keep freezing that stuff. You can bring that part back and push this one back in as a reminder to the other crocodiles not to mess with us.
I don't.
Do you know how long it takes
back?
to grill a crocodile?
Do you?
I mean, that's 800 pounds of meat,
Well, we're only taking some of it.
but it's
Or-
frozen.
Counterpoint. I lop off some of the bits, and then we all carry some of the bits back.
That's what I'm saying. We cut up a bunch of it and take what we want back and put the other parts in the water.
I mean, is there any more investigation to be done here, or are we just headed back to the couple at this point?
Or
There's
should
no
we
more.
go-
We took care of their slippery bastards.
There's no more of them.
Well,
Let's find out. I'm gonna jump in the water.
Splash. It's
Crocodile
rather,
bites your
rather
ass.
warm.
Crocodile piss?
Chris. Wait. I don't like this game anymore. Mr. Percy, while you're down there, you want to grab the small thing? The small creature that we killed? Because at least then we have some evidence to bring back.
Sure, I'll grab it.
Wait, isn't there another one that's right here on the bridge?
Oh, yes. That's right there. Wow.
I'm not gonna grab it then. I said no, Zelfa. There's one literally right in front.
I am too busy looking at the crocodile vagina.
Yeah, you are.
Gonna fuck it.
Wake up, you idiot.
It's a crocodile.
Crogina, if you will.
Crogina.
But what if
Thanks,
I
I
won't?
hate it.
I'm old Greg. Touch my crogina.
Would fucking a crocodile count as scaly?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Like- Anyway,
Mr. Percy, when you get back up here, I'll dry you off and keep you clean while you do your thing.
I will get up there.
Yeah, okay.
I dry him off.
Alright, I'm gonna start
Yay!
hacking away some crocos.
What?
I'm gonna try
Alright.
to give him pointers
What-
to do my best to help him out.
Okay, so you have
is
advantage, but you've never done this
Is-
before. Go ahead.
there just a chance that we could fast track the learning to chop up a crocodile RP on this, or no?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So you have
Hey,
advantage,
man,
but
I
you've never
want
done this
this to
before.
go slow.
Just tell me
I-
quickly what parts you want.
I look at 6 first, and I go hand axe or longsword.
Probably hand axe.
That's what I was thinking.
Which parts do you want?
I'm gonna. Oh,
I don't know
Let me look
anything
up-
about crocodile myself, like as a person.
croc. Oh,
No. Use.
I can't even Google a picture of a regular crocodile.
You have an image in
Avo-
front of you.
Avoid the bladder.
Do I?
Yes.
No, but I want like a real one to know where I'm actually cutting. That sounded really sadistic, actually. Never mind that. All right. Well, then I'm gonna lop its head off first of all.
All right, while you do that, I'm gonna pee real quick. I'll be right back.
I'll miss you.
In the head, dude. That's fucked. Okay.
Okay, you lop its head
I'm
off.
gonna lop the head off. I'm gonna reach down and I'm gonna grab it. I'm looking Zephyr and I'm gonna pull its mouth up and go, "Oh no!"
And as you pull its mouth open and Mime going, oh no, a small chunk of Grick tentacle falls out.
I start laughing because I actually get that fact he's making a joke. I made an intelligence check to understand that you were making a joke.
I look over at Mendon at the crocodile and go, "Do you feel anything yet?"
Do I?
Barely.
No, not really.
Alright, then I'm gonna... The meatiest part of the crocodile is probably in the, like, the base of the croc. Based croc.
What is a crocodile base?
I think it's like its torso. It's midriff. Do crocodiles have
Ooh.
midriff?
Keep in mind, this is still a very heavy. Even the head itself was quite heavy as you were doing that.
Well, the head's gonna stay here because
Okay.
that's all bone.
So
Um,
let's.
I'm gonna lop its paws off.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna lop. Here, why don't I do this actually? Will you remove the X from it real quick?
Okay.
I promise this is gonna be worth it.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
And like half of that.
Okay.
That's not half, but the thinner part I'm gonna lop off. So no head.
No,
No
so no
peeps.
head.
Okay. So.
And then we're left with the body,
Yep.
don't quite understand something about the crocodile. He's
which I'm gonna hand axe the stomach and take out organs.
Okay. It smells terrible.
Well, yeah, I assume so. But I lived in a basement for, you know.
Which parts are you taking with you, or are you trying to take with you?
I think I'm gonna gut it, so I just have the cadaver. And then, how heavy is it without the organs?
You would wager maybe 550 pounds if it was 700
fitting.
before.
Did you specifically take the heart out?
I would have offered it to you.
I would have taken it.
It is very messy, as he's never done this before.
Correct.
How intact is the heart?
It is almost cleaved
Well-
in half. It is not very intact.
Are you
I hold
Hey,
it.
Menon, how's it hanging?
I would have
kinda-
just opened the stomach and then dumped all the
Can
organs.
we?
but I
Can
wouldn't
we?
have actually
What
cut.
parts are you trying to take with you, please?
I am trying to take
We've
the
spent
cadaver,
way too
half
much
the
time
tail,
on this.
and you're the one who fucking offered this. And then cut
I
his
did it. Okay.
the corpse lengthwise, like this, and then like that. So
Okay.
there are 4 pieces,
Sure.
each weighing. Let me open my calculator app, unless that's meta. 137 pounds each.
Okay.
I can lift that.
So can I. What's my carrying capacity?
If you want to take one of those chunks, it's not quite 137 exactly. So you could take one of those quartered chunks from the midsection of the croc.
I will do that.
Okay.
Oh god.
You have 100 pounds of croc abdomen.
And I believe 6 also takes one.
Yep. I mean, if that's what we're doing, I'll go ahead and carry
Okay.
Croc for
Each
the
of you,
party.
you're carrying a lot of weight. So your travel, like long-term distance travel, is going to be slowed.
Does it say anywhere on here what my carrying capacity is?
It does in your inventory. It'll say carrying max, push, drag, lift, encumbered, H encumbered.
Carrying max 285.
I said you can carry it, but it's still a lot.
I know, but okay. Listen, I want to try something.
You okay?
Fuck off.
This is
I
the
would like-
beauty of D&D.
Does anybody have an extra cloth on them?
I have a bloody blanket. Oh wait, let me sorry. Oh, you're looking for a cloth, Mr. Percy. I have a blanket covered in blood.
May I use it?
Of course, Mr. Percy.
I'm gonna throw it on the ground and see if I can bundle 2 of the meats in there,
To
and then tie it up and rope it shut.
sure, why not?
Epic.
Holden's just done with this.
Are there any big sticks around?
Sure, yeah, you're in a swamp.
I'm going to
Hobo
tie
it
it and hobo it.
You can do that.
This is dripping on his back.
So we have 3 chunks of big croc meat.
Yeah.
So Holden, where did you expect us to be at this point?
I look at Zilfer and I go, throw the rest in.
I would like to try to cut out an eyeball from the croc.
You have a crocodile eyeball.
And I push the rest of the body into the water.
Okay.
Hold on, are you happy we're done?
A little bit. Okay. Is there anything?
TOS.
Is there any other animals out here that I could fish for?
Roll initiative as you're all attacked by a fucking leviathan. Fuck all of you. What is the party doing?
I've already had 2 characters die, please.
I pick up the Grick body, the small one,
Yep.
and I guess we're heading back to the old couple.
All right, you guys are carrying a fuck ton of shit back. Are you guys?
Percy tells the party to just go on. He knows the way back.
What? No. Just let's not
I'm
complicate this any
severely
worse.
lagging. Like,
That's-
Percy is heavy.
Like, he's playing with 2 frames a second right
I understand that, but let's not split up.
I'm
Just-
carrying 57 ping right now, dude. Chill.
I agree with Mr. Six. We should all stay together and look at his ass.
Okay.
I walk.
the bottle. Fuck it.
I walk directly behind Mr. Six.
Alright, I just take off at a shuffling pace with my head held low.
Yep. You guys. Percival, it is a lot of fucking weight. You can do it. It's not too long a distance. You guys didn't walk too far out here.
I do
But-
have a carrying capacity of almost 300 pounds.
I understand that. But we're already not using encumbrance rules, so I am making my own ruling saying you're carrying a lot of fucking weight. And
Ain't that the truth?
the party is slowed, but he's still able to walk. You guys make your way back, and eventually find yourselves coming back to the backyard of Melora's little Melora's home. I'm gonna.
We have presents.
I killed this.
Hold on, let me move you guys there. Skiddly-bop-bop-bibbidi-bow. Alrighty.
I am gonna have to start getting quieter because little brothers are going to bed.
Okay, so
I walk. I make the noise of knocking with minor illusion.
you hear kind of like a muffled. And so I assume you guys just come and knock on the back door.
Yeah, what time is it?
At this point, now that you're not as thick into the swamp, you can kind of look up. You could wager. It's harder to tell in the swamp. It is darker here, but you wager it's somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. All the time, I'm using minor illusion to make the same knocking. Just because it makes me happy to do that.
You guys wait about 30 seconds to a minute. You can hear some shuffling inside, and eventually, the door is opened by Melora, and she says, "Oh, you survived! What the
I
fucking?"
I hand her the small brick, and I try to grab her hands and put it in. And you go,
And she
and just pat her.
she was holding some herbs. She sets it down, and she starts to extend her hands toward the grick, and then pulls back. She's like, that's understood. You can why don't you throw it out there in the corner?
I just throw it behind me and just keep walking.
That'll do. That'll make for some fertilizer or something. Come in, come.
Do you know how to cook crocodile?
Do I?
Do you?
Do I?
Do you?
Do you?
Come, boy.
Would you like a lollipop? Would I? Would you?
Young man, please come
Peg
here.
leg.
She extends her hands towards you, Zelda.
Peg leg.
And she says, come
I-
here, please. Come closer.
I get closer.
And she very gently puts both hands, one on each of your cheeks, and just kind of holds your head. She has to like reach up a little bit. She's kind of frail and old and hunched over just a tad. And she looks you directly in the eyes, and there's a moment of silence as she just kind of looks at you and holds you. It's oddly comforting, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
She instantly kills you. That's it. That's the joke.
Okay. You feel something prying at you, almost like you're being interrogated. This anxiety comes over you, and then it washes away, and she says, you kind of see her neutral expression turn into a frown. She says, "Well,
Do I? And I just walk
and
past
she,
her.
she just kind of like pats your cheek, and then takes her hands away, and you walk past her. And she goes, all right,
Kind of.
big one carrying. Oh
I-
God, oh,
I have a lot of meat on me, and
that's
I also have some crocodile.
right. Why don't you? She clears some space on the counter here. It's gonna take all of that. She's like, set it down, set it down.
It's very bloody.
And frozen.
It's fresh.
I'm no
Never frozen.
stranger to blood. Just set it down, please.
I'm
Okay,
no
where am I
strangers
going?
to blood.
Am I going in
We're
the
no
house?
strangers to blood.
You know,
You know the rules. And so
Hey,
do
DM.
I.
Yeah.
Am I going in the house?
You can if you'd like. You guys have, you can, as long as you tell me what you're doing, you can move your tokens right now.
Yeah.
And Zelfer's in
you,
there.
you said I was
All
setting
right.
it down here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Plop.
Yep. There's a heavy thud. Even though you try to set it down relatively gently, it's fucking 200 pounds almost. So you, poof. You guys all move.
Poof.
Men and I assume you come in as well. Yeah.
Well,
So
all right.
if you don't
she kind
know how to cook
closes the
croc,
door
then-
and she says,
why
I'll cook up. You get any of the tail?
A little bit.
That's my favorite part. Very tender.
Good thing
Now,
I didn't cut it all off.
right. Now, I presume by that thing out there, you were successful. Honestly, I'm impressed.
We killed you, slippery bastard, man.
Big one. Come here, please. And she extends both hands toward you.
Go over there.
She does the same, reaching up even higher. She kind of grasps both your cheeks in her hands very gently, and she says, "And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as well." Okay.
Nice.
You did not win.
You feel a warmth. It's comforting. It's, kind of. It's almost like Isaac, how you and I were saying
You cut out.
You know how you and I were talking that one time about how like just a friendly black woman calling you honey or sweetie or something.
Yeah.
Like you feel that goodness, like grandma's love sweep
Like
into
you
your
go to a
head.
diner and you get some of these fries and you're like, "Can I get some ketchup?" And she's like, "Right away, honey." And you're like, "Oh, this
Yep,
is awesome."
exactly. You get that kind of like warm sensation, like yes. And she kind of pats your cheek as well and says, "You take care of your brother. You hear? Now, I can start cooking this up right away, or would you prefer the potions? How? What?
Excuse me.
Perhaps the potions could start taking effect while you cook up the crocodile meat.
Right?
I pull out the crocodile eye. I don't understand what's going on here.
Why? What do you? Let me ask you this, you strange. Oh, you must have a fixation with eyes due to the. And she kind of pokes, like just under her own eyes, like gesturing, kind of insinuating yours.
I, in response, pull out the foot of spinal cord. How do you explain this one?
She kind of blinks at you a bunch, mouth
blink back.
slightly ajar. Anyway, I'll be getting those
I
potions.
put them back.
And she, Toadal, dear! You hear a grunt, and Toadal comes up, and he opens the door and comes.
You're cutting out like nuts for me.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
Yeah, I cannot
yeah.
hear you.
Hold on.
Only a lot.
Only a lot.
No,
Let me
we're
double check my
all
connection.
Successfully lying.
it's
to you.
only noticeable when you speak, though, so it's not bad.
I think it might have something to do with my mic settings. My connection's okay.
You
So
have a mic?
I'll be closer to my mic. That might help.
Who the hell is
noise
Michael,
gate probably.
dude? Chill.
You guys are getting paid?
She says, Toadal, dear, please. And you hear a grunt, and Toadal heads up. And he goes, yes, what? And she says, could you? And she points to a large pot over a small flame over here. And he looks at the large chunks of meat and goes, oh my, that's gonna be. Could I get some help, young man? Pointing at you, Percy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He goes
you
and-
guys are gonna be keeping a good majority of this. It's our gift to you.
They look at each other, kind of surprised, and shrug. And he goes over
And then I look at the woman.
Yes.
Who said take care of your brother.
Hmm.
And I say I will talk to you later.
And she says, I'm sure you will. And the total, he goes over and starts a fire in their little. They have a large like witch's pot looking thing, like a cast iron, more like a not a pot.
Cauldron?
Cauldron,
Wild.
thank you. It's more like a cauldron, thank you.
Which pot?
They start boiling the meat. And she says, no, the potions. That'll be right. She starts thinking to herself.
Potions.
I'll be right back. Total the meat. He goes, yeah. And she heads back downstairs, comes back up after another minute, carrying a basket. And you can hear the clinking of the glass as she comes up, and she sets it where the meat once was. And she says, now, I'll be honest, I've never done this before, but this was the deal we made. You can still change your mind, if you'd prefer the ritual.
No,
Let's try this first.
Right. If you take these potions, they're not easy to make. I will have to charge you if we go with the ritual instead.
Understood.
All right. Well, let me think here. You should start with this one or this. No. She starts kind of like rummaging through the potions, and she thinks and looks at you, Menon, and says, I don't fucking know. Bottoms up, I suppose. Have at it. It probably doesn't matter which ones you drink first, I suppose. And she starts pointing them out. This one's anger. This one is sorrow. This is joy. You get the idea. If you'd prefer certain ones first, just ask.
So, if I take them all at once, hypothetically, would I feel everything at once?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. If you started shall we mix them?
Suicide.
Why not?
Oh, you see like a glimmer in her eyes. She's like, I haven't done this before. She starts wringing her hands. Okay. And a bit more quickly than you'd expect this old lady to move. She goes back downstairs and comes up with like a larger glass container, sets it down, and starts taking the potions individually, uncorking them with a boop, and starts pouring each one in until there's like essentially it'd probably be about the same as like a large keg of beer. About that much in volume of liquid, and you see as each one has a different color, and as she pours them in, the color changes until she pours the last one in. It goes from this kind of like mucky brownish something to pure white. She looks down at it and goes, I didn't see that coming.
That's a soul,
That's
baby.
interesting.
She kind of slightly pushes it towards you, Menon, and says, drink up if you dare.
I'll take it, raise it to her like a toast, and then like a slam it back.
Just
Six holds
chugging.
his breath.
Yep.
You instantly die.
Okay.
I mean, again, like is that the worst thing? that
Your
can happen,
emotions get
really?
even farther gone.
Now you can only speak in pig Latin.
Menon, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, sir.
Which you want to fail. Gets an at 20. The potions do nothing.
Just enough. It tastes vile, but you keep chugging it down, knowing what might be at the other end. And as she finishes and kind of wipes her mouth, she looks around at you guys. Menon, you don't feel anything yet, and you start to think about what you might, and then snap, you're unconscious. Everything fades to
Snap
black,
back
and you
to
watch it. You guys
reality.
watch as she drops to the ground.
Oops, there goes gravity.
I
Hold up
Well,
the
that's not
eye.
good.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. And Laura looks down and she goes, "Go ahead."
I try to grab her before she hits the floor.
Yep.
Just
Six.
to kind of-
You're right next to her. You catch her and gently set her down. And Melora looks down, or you can keep holding her if you want.
Does she have a pulse? Can I tell if she's still breathing?
Make a medicine check. Melora looks down as you kind of check her pulse, and she's like, "That was, frankly, unexpected, but I suppose I didn't know what to expect. I have to take notes." And she goes and grabs a notebook and starts scribbling something down. 6, you can tell
Zelfa.
she's stable. She's just unconscious.
I have a question, Miss
Okay.
Lady.
It's Melora.
Miss Melora, let's say I brought you someone who is alive. Could you take their eyeball out and replace it with this one?
I'm not a doctor, per se, but maybe. That's an
Okay.
awfully morbid question.
Well, I don't have much use for an eyeball of something that's not humanoid, but a humanoid eyeball plays into my end game.
Endgame.
Endgame. I don't know what an endgame is, but
Well, listen
you-
here, man. There's no crying in baseball.
good luck with that. You won't be receiving my help.
I don't know.
Do you?
Menon wakes up briefly to ask, what is baseball?
And then passes back on. 6, you can tell with that medicine check. She's okay. She's stable.
Okay.
She has a pulse. It's kind of weak and hard to find, but it's there. She's breathing.
Do you have a bed? Perhaps we could let her sleep this off in.
I suppose. I could go. I have a roll, a bed roll downstairs. If it's something.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I also have that awesome leopard skin.
Oh, that's
meta,
great.
meta.
We'll put that on top.
So she heads down. It takes about a minute. She comes back up with a large bedroll and kind of lays it on the ground
Okay.
for you. Next to Toad all over here, who's currently kind of stirring the pot, quite literally.
All right, I'll tuck her out of the way so that no one steps on her or spills a giant pot of stew on her.
What if I like being stepped on?
Oof.
Well,
So
might
you
be
guys now
detrimental to
have
the process.
Menon unconscious on a bedroll.
that sounds terrible.
I look at my brick needles. I look at Menon.
That was close.
I look at the needles. I look at Menon and go, Mr. Six,
Zelfer?
have you ever heard of putting needles in someone's body for tension?
I
relief?
have. I don't think that's what she needs. But thank you for the offer.
But do you know? Do you know it's not what she needs?
I do, unfortunately.
Hey, Mr. Percy,
Zelfa.
do you feel particularly stressed?
I did wrestle a crocodile.
Is that a yes?
Do you feel stressed? I do now.
Are you asking me if I would like acupuncture from you?
I would like to shove needles inside of you.
I'm gonna say no. It's a very hard no.
I'll try again later.
Okay. But that pun with the eye that you made earlier, write that down. That was gold.
Isaac, I'll be real with you. That's why I took it. Hey, hold it. Hey,
That's why I took it.
Until that thing's rotten, be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
For some
feel like
reason, the
eyes
forces
don't
of
last
nature
that
makes
long.
it rot immediately.
I've had mine all my life.
So you guys have been in here for. Is there any other conversation you'd like to have, or are you gonna kind of just relax and keep an eye on Menon?
Yeah, mainly keep an eye on Menon. I'll
this
chat
is the
about
second
whatever.
time you've had to watch my corpse.
It's not a
Oh
corpse.
yeah.
You can all take a short rest while I take Menon to secrets.
All right.
Menon, you find yourself after drinking the whole thing. You feel nothing, and you feel kind of confused for a moment, and then blackness. And what seems like blackness for an hour, or 2 or 3. You're just sitting there. You try to maybe move your arms around or look around. You feel ethereal. There's no you. There's nothing. And then a very faint sound, almost like music, or like a choir, or almost like a synthesizer, some strange ethereal sounds emanating throughout your head. And you look down again and you see your body slowly forming in front of you until you are there in an empty void. And you don't see anything, but you can feel yourself back at that heavenly gate again. You can't see it, but you recognize the sounds, the feeling, just contentment and acceptance, and you hear a voice. I had such plans for you, you know. But if this is what you want to do, you recognize it as your God. I suppose maybe it's for the best. You do have quite a way with music. Don't worry. They're all here, safe with me, and they will remain that way until they see you again, Menon. Good luck. No, I'm with you. And with that, the voice, I'm with you, fades out. And that feeling of where you were starts to dissipate, and you feel as though, and you feel in the pit of your stomach as if you're falling. And you're scared. You feel fear. And then suddenly you wake up. And you look around, and everyone's there. Suddenly, Menon lurches forward with a gasp.
As she comes.
Okay, I gotta say, man, you narrating that as it happened was a weird experience.
Yeah, she came back moaning.
I hold up the eye. I see that you're okay.
Menon?
What?
Are you okay?
Hey, bro, you good?
I think so.
Do you feel okay?
Yeah.
I look up at the lady.
And she looks back at you and looks down at Menon, just studying.
Is this permanent?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's good enough for now.
I'm gonna spring up and give her a hug.
And you spring up and run over to her and hug her, and she, okay. And she hugs you.
I don't care
I
if
hug-
this isn't
what's his
permanent,
name?
Thank you.
Young bosom.
She kind of pats your back gently, and she takes both your shoulders in her hands and just pushes you away slightly. Not pushing, but like moving you away from her slightly.
Shoves you into the fucking wall.
And she puts both her hands on your cheeks. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Wait, what if I'm not resisting?
You instinctually resist at first, but if you start to feel this kind of prying at yourself, if you want to let go, you can.
I would let her.
Okay. For a moment, she starts to seem to concentrate and then smiles at you as you drop your resistance, and she very gently pulls her hands away from your cheeks, and she looks around to your friends and looks at you and says, "Welcome back from the dead, Menon."
Thank you.
Do you remember everything?
Yeah. I mean, I had my memories, Six.
Okay. Yep. She's feeling better.
I'll be honest, I am happy for you, but I don't know if this is permanent.
I don't care.
Well, temporary relief is relief nonetheless. Toto, how's the meat coming?
Out of its takes.
Give me a minute. There's some tough parts, and the tail might be ready soon if you'd like.
Does that smell good? Hold him.
Yeah, it smells vaguely like veal.
He lined you up, hook, line, and sinker, Blake.
I look at Percy and go, I'm glad this smells good, because if it smells bad, I would have to pull out the phone, say pelvic.
Percy
No.
looks at him, leans back in his chair. And very slow claps.
I put it away
And Menon heartily giggles.
and look up at the sky and go, "Fuck you, God!"
Suddenly, a thunderbolt rains down from the sky.
Yeah, suddenly Menon drops dead.
Yeah.
God's like, I did this for you. Fuck off.
What time is it at this point? How much time has passed?
Yeah, it's been about an hour since you got back.
Okay. All right.
It's
Well,
not quite getting darker outside, but if you were just peered out the window, you could tell you don't have much daylight left.
how does everyone feel? Do we feel like traveling this evening?
I still need to talk to Malor.
What do you need to talk to me about?
Privately.
Okay.
I look at Six. Hey, Mr. Six.
Yes.
I pull out the spinal cord. I don't remember where I took this from, but man, they've got a week back.
Maybe you should put that back in your bag.
I guess I put it away.
Total, our guests are thinking of leaving. How much longer? And he says, oh, the tail, I could have some nice tender tail stew done in just a moment here if they'd like to stay to eat.
Well,
I'm
we can
gonna
certainly-
test a
Chat
back
over dinner. I wouldn't mind more
Percival
company.
looks at Six and goes, I'm not leaving this house until I've crocodile.
Until you what?
Until I've eaten some crocodile.
Oh, that's fine. No, we can stay for. I was just trying to figure out if we were going to be asking for beds or if we were going to walk out this evening.
Oh.
We don't exactly have any extra beds.
I don't
That's
know about
what I
you,
was-
but personally, I'd like to sleep under the stars tonight.
You
I know about me, and I don't.
could sleep out in the garden, I suppose.
Are your plants magical,
It does rain quite a bit. Some of them are.
or are they flammable?
All of them are.
Fair enough.
Menon in excitement tries to do a little flip, and she gets the motion of the flip, but lands on her ass and starts laughing.
I look at her. Ah, you fell. Do you have any doors I could just open and close for about 5 minutes?
She peers behind her to the
What
back
the
door you
fuck
guys
kind of
came in
question?
through and looks at you and says, "No."
Can you open and close it for me once?
She narrows her eyes at you. No.
Okay. Do I remember the noise it made when it was open for us?
It's just a wooden door.
Okay. I go okay, and minor illusion. It's just that noise.
She looks
Of it
back kind of
opening,
surprised
closing.
and looks back at you and goes, I should have seen that
I do
coming
it.
by now.
I do it 5 times and stop.
Right. Total. And he goes, yeah, it's ready.
My life
And
is to make
Total
all
is now
NPCs
preparing
annoyed.
large bowls of what looks like some sort of meaty stew for you guys. And there are a few chairs strewn about. They don't have a proper dining table, it looks like. So, or at least not here that you can see.
I'll sit my ass down on the floor in the corner. I don't give a
So,
I'm eating crocodile, motherfucker.
Men in 6 offers his bottle of good whiskey with a welcome
Mhm.
drink.
And I will. Go ahead.
I will take a good swig.
And you
Very nice.
feel that burn, and you feel the joy of alcohol.
I will pass it around at dinner as well. It is
Man,
an
it is a
extremely
raging
nice
alcohol.
bottle.
So you guys are situated throughout this smaller home, on the ground, on a couple chairs, leaning against counters, enjoying some decent whiskey and some pretty, actually, tender crocodile stew. It tastes like veal. It's cooked well. There's some vegetables in there. It's actually pretty good.
This
Some tasty
shit
crack.
slaps.
Yeah. You guys are all enjoying, and
I'll go ahead and
Man,
suck down
I'm-
some crock.
Man, I'm tearing into it.
Yep.
Like
Go ahead
with
and
my
suck
hands.
on some crock. Fuck you, that was good.
I keep eating it. Well,
Fractose.
I have the eye in my left hand and I'm eating with my right. Every 5 bites or so, I offer it to the eye and go, oh, and
I guess not.
I guess he's not hungry.
Are you sure?
Not much of an
Okay, Mark.
appetite.
Shut up.
Mm.
It's not funny when you do it.
Fuck.
You need to study jokes more. Be a better pupil.
I'm picking a nationality.
I had water in my mouth, you motherfucker.
So, as you guys are kind of mostly silently eating, Melora kind of looks over at you, Percival, and says, "Oh, what was it you wanted to talk about?" Percival.
She said to me. Oh, you cut out again.
Percival.
How do you know about my brother? Do you know where he is?
She gives you a really questioning look. What? What? I don't understand.
When you touched my head earlier,
Yes.
you said something about my brother. You should watch out for him.
Yeah, just keep an eye on him. He's a strange one.
I haven't seen him since I was locked up. I thought he was dead, which was really good in my case.
Her eyes narrow even further, and then she looks to Todal, and he gives a look, kind of a knowing look back, though you don't know what he's knowing.
Who are you?
I'm Melora. Who? Percival Crafton. Yes.
That's me.
You have not told her your last name.
Well, she kind of gazed into my soul, so I figured.
I don't understand. Yeah, I know you have multiple brothers, but are you confused about which one I'm speaking of?
No, if it's the one that I think you're speaking of, I don't like the fact that he's still living.
And she kind of shakes her head a bit, and she's like, I know he's odd, but that's awfully rude.
I kind of wave myself up and down, and I go, eh?
Oh, sorry.
I'm also kind of rude. Just a bit. Just enough to be rude, you know? Listen, he did some very unsavory things. May or may not have ended up in me getting confined for 10 years underneath Direwood.
I don't think he had anything to do with that. He was
think
underground for quite some
betrayed
time.
me.
When has he betrayed you?
Hold on, I don't know if you're saying this is her. If we messed up the lore.
No, I'm saying this is her. I know exactly what I'm
cool.
talking about. You
I
guys
just
can,
wanted to make sure.
Anybody else can interject. This is free RP, by the way. But just so
Well,
you
I
know.
just don't want to interrupt you guys talking with me.
just so you
and
know.
being really stupid.
I'm just saying, like, if you actually have anything to contribute, please feel free. This doesn't have to be just me. And
Party stays silent for the rest of the session.
listening for now.
Shit.
but,
Looks like the campaign's over.
but yeah, she told you she doesn't know when he's ever betrayed you.
Well, you know, the more you don't know, the better it is for me. You know where he is.
She seems very bewildered at this point, looking at the rest of the party.
As I say, or should I say, aye, Cotton. Gesturing with the eye aggressively at 6.
And she
Angus
gestures
Cowan.
to Zelfer, and she's like, "See what I mean? What
This
are you
is-
confused about?"
This is Angus Calum. He's gonna be the Archduke of all the colonies. I googled most British sounding name.
Perhaps I've said too much.
Blake, I hate you.
I'm confused at your confusion. You're saying very strange things. I don't think you're understanding which brother I'm talking about.
Okay, then please tell me. Which brother are you talking about? Unless you're not talking about biological brother.
No, I am.
Then you have my intrigue once more.
She looks around to the rest of you again and says,
Shaking Angus every time.
if you're really this unsure, perhaps I've said too much. I apologize. And she goes back to eating her stew.
Mr. Six, I do not know where a captain keeps his buccaneers.
In Well, the size of his head's level as bucking eyes.
You fucking got him good.
Zelver is just laughing and waving
Even
Angus around.
Toadal starts kind of chuckling under his breath as well, and Melora is smiling and shaking her head.
If you were to look over at Percy, he is not even grinning the slightest. He's completely not even focused on you guys right now.
Aw, come on, Percy. Don't be a party pooper.
I'll poop on whatever
Percy,
party
do you have
fit to poop on.
more than one brother?
You can poop on my party.
Welcome back, man.
She is feeling
That one got a bit of a smirk out of him.
She looks over to you again, Percy, and says, Percival, tell us, how many brothers do you have?
Hold it, I don't remember writing this part. Fuck.
Mr. Six,
Zelfer?
why did the blind teacher quit her job? She couldn't control her pupils.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna take Isaac to Secrets real quick.
Okay.
I don't know, Miss.
Based on your backstory, your backstory literally says you're an only child.
Oh, but I messaged you about my brother. I meant to fix that.
So you had the one.
Yeah.
Okay. You have one brother.
Okay. I'll fix that.
Yeah,
at a
please do.
later date.
But yeah,
Sorry about that.
you have one.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because you're role playing her really well, and now Percy's really confused, and now Isaac's really confused because Percy's really
Oh,
confused.
That's
so
okay.
keep up
You
the-
have you have one brother.
Okay. Thanks, man.
The eye looks back.
She
Angus,
have
I,
eight.
Unblinking.
Sibling.
Angus,
she
I understand.
repeats
I
how
understand.
ignoring your stupid jokes. Percival, please do tell all of us how many brothers you have.
Guarantee you, as the person who lived with him, I had one.
I see.
I hold up the eye.
Percy?
Angus does see.
For the first time,
You-
she cracks a small smile at your stupid eyeball. And she says, "That's disgusting," but
Whoa! I cover where Angus's ears would be if he had any. Angus can hear you.
I look at Zelfer
I doubt that.
after she said I see, and he repeated that, and I said, that was a double, that was good.
Mr. Percy, if I die, can you promise me to take care of Angus?
Sure, man.
I have your
You
word
know-
then. Okay.
Yeah, you have my word.
Angus, you hear that? That muscly man will take care of you.
Not happy about it, but I'll do it.
Menon, how many siblings do you have?
I don't know.
All right,
Yeah, good talk.
I'm sorry. Can't help you.
that's okay. 6, and you.
I 20 or so,
Jeez, your mom.
counting the cages.
Oh, jeez, the cages.
Narrows her eyes a bit and moves on to Zelfer.
Ouchies.
Zelfer, other
Well,
than
but-
Angus, how many biological
Biological-
brothers do you have?
The Combine had probably upwards of 200 people who were all genetically connected through whatever means. Before then, I have no clue, but I'd say about 236 on a good day, 222 on a bad.
She sighs.
I love
This
your ability to
fluctuates?
pull shit out of your ass. That's so good.
And Percival, you're sure you have the one?
Guaranteed.
Oh. Mm.
If you're feeling lonely, Mr. Percy, Angus will be your brother.
She kind of leans back and just takes a small sip of the whiskey. Kind of stares off in the distance into the wall.
Mr. Six, I have a request. But first, I can't remember her name for the life of me. Malrith?
Melora.
Melora?
Oh,
Miss Melora, do you have a jar with a lid?
Yes?
May I please have it? I have one.
Are you going to pay for it?
I'll give you 3 silver.
Her eyes widen. Okay, and she gets up, sets her stuff down, and brings you a jar with a lid.
I open the lid. Mr. Six, can you pour some whiskey in here?
Yes, I certainly can.
You do it. I drop the eye in and close it.
Oh,
You have now officially made a bomb worse than his copper bomb.
Now I'm hoping it stays.
Whoa.
It doesn't rot as quickly.
we just had lightning, which is weird for us in Seattle.
I
there's some thunder.
shake it a little bit and go, Angus. Speaking
yeah, baby.
Speaking louder now that it's in a jar. Angus, you're safer in here. I know.
Actually,
I get it.
as it
Don't worry.
gets a bit later, you guys, dusk is beginning to take hold. You can just looking out the windows. You can see
What?
it's starting to get
Okay.
darker.
Fucking yeet.
Well, is it time to sleep?
Be a bit early, but
Oh.
you certainly could
would
relax.
anyone like to play with my checkered board?
Can Angus play?
Is that another name for your coccyx?
Angus
My
wants to
coccyx.
play.
No, your coccyx is located in the base of your spine. I was talking about this checkered board that I picked up.
I pull out the spine. Where is it located?
Percy smirks and goes, "You guys are on fire tonight. Good lord."
I was on fire for a short period of time.
Literally and metaphorically. God damn.
It hurt.
Ooh. I pull out the board if anyone wants to play.
I put Angus across for you and pat the jar and go, "You got this, buddy. Take him on." And I
I
look at
fucking hate you.
I make a slitting motion across my neck and look back to the jar. I'm labeling it Jar of Angus from now on.
Oh, I put the board away. Angus was cheating.
Are you actually trying to convince me of that?
Yes. It's sort of an offhand comment, but halfway through, I try to double down on it.
I look at you and go, Angus, how dare you? You could beat him easily. I point my finger and just kind of wave it at the jar.
All right, Angus.
And then I'm assuming
Maybe
that's
next
out
time.
of game.
What are you roleplaying? Oh, just, talking to my jarred eyeball.
Jar of Angus. I sit down and unless anyone's directly talked to me, Zelfer will have a straight up conversation with this jar, stopping as if it was responding to him constantly.
That really doesn't. So actually, that doesn't surprise me at all. I can completely 100% imagine Zelfer doing this.
That is exactly. He is sitting there, hand motions and everything, talking to this jar. And towards the end of the night, he will be crying and holding and hugging the.
Okay, this is epic. Hey, Menon, do you mind if I use that leopard skin rug as a bed mat outside?
Just don't ruin it.
You do know it rains quite often here.
Then no.
We have a prestidigitation user. He can just make it dry again.
I know, Angus. It hurts too. It hurts deep down.
Menon, what the fuck? You know I put these on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Jesus fuck.
I look at Angus and go, Angus, no, Miss Menon's joke was not that funny. I get it. I know what it's insinuating. Angus.
Angus, behave yourself in the presence of your friends.
Zelfer sits up. Who the fuck are you to talk to Angus like that? Jesus Christ.
You're under my roof, and you'll behave.
So Menon, may I borrow it?
If you're gonna use it outside, no.
I typed one last terrible joke. Can I hit enter, or is it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
if you guys would like to take your long rest here, they will allow you to sleep outside or on the floor in here for the time being.
Do
So
you,
long
I'm
as
gonna take
you...
out my rug and sleep on the floor.
Melora, do you have a blanket I could borrow outside? That you wouldn't mind getting wet, even though I can just have Zelfa dry it again?
No.
You can use mine.
You mean
I'll
the blood
toss.
soaked one?
No, mine's fine. Mine's clean.
Oh.
I'll toss it over. I think I'm going to sleep inside. I'm not.
Well,
I don't
if
want to
may
get wet.
borrow it, then I will. I'd like to look at the stars.
Can you take Angus with you? He really likes to see the stars.
Zelfa,
Yeah,
No.
Angus has
Whoa.
quite the eye for spotting planets, you know.
I nod. He's always in the short time I've known Angus, he really has a thing for the stars.
I'm gonna fucking kill one of you.
All right. So
I'll
the
just
next
do it.
morning.
Okay, so you guys in various positions, if you'd like to sleep outside,
Cuddling
you
with the
can.
jar.
Spend the night here. Melora and Todal take their leave downstairs behind the door. You can take your long rests, and
Sadly, that didn't
as
play
you
out how I
guys, you were relaxing for much of the evening, and just talking amongst yourselves and taking a night to just do you.
Just to relax.
Yeah, just take it easy. You probably
It
all
kind of
start.
feels. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say, it kind of feels good for the first time in a while because it's the first time we've sort of been with, well, at least everyone that's here, where everyone's sort of present and in the moment, and we're not sort of
Yep.
towing something behind us.
Yeah, thoughts of what Samael must be up to right now probably cross some of
Yes.
their minds.
No,
Oh, absolutely.
Silver has replaced everything of Sam with Angus.
Even the beef.
Oh no.
Okay. So, you guys
Angus Caleb, the Archduke.
you guys take your long rest and falling asleep at various times throughout the night. I need somebody to as you all kind of wake up relatively early. Maybe sleeping in just a little bit for the fuck of it. And because there's not a lot of light through the swamp. Somebody okay, you already got it for me.
Damn
I'm
it.
ready.
Who all is sleeping outside?
Me?
Is it just Percival?
If he had taken Angus, Angus would be with him now.
Correct. I
It's
did
just
not
Percy.
fucking eyeball
Okay.
in a jar of...
Percy, you wake up to torrential downpour falling on you.
Oh.
Nice. I wake up and I kind of go... back to the usual.
Whoever's placing
All
those
right.
11s, I'm gonna kill you.
Over what?
Never mind. You guys couldn't see it, but I could. It was bothering me.
Oh.
You guys wake up.
You know it's Blake because he won't shut up about
relatively early. Percival, yeah, you're greeted by a torrential downpour, and the rest of you are woken up by the of the wooden door and Melora stepping out bright and early, dressed in her semi-formal, kind of like work slash just presentery outfit, the same dress she was wearing yesterday. She steps out and says, "Good morning!" quite loudly at all of you.
kind of sit up. You woke up Angus.
Well, he'd slept long enough. Besides, he's beginning to ferment.
Oh.
If
He can hear you.
and she kind of steps over to the door and yells out to you, Percy, "Good morning! Oh, you're probably awake with that rain. Oh Lord!" And she just.
Oh, I
shuts
slept
the
through
door.
most of it, actually.
Do you come inside?
Oh. Good morning. Do you have any eggs?
Eyes light up.
No. I wouldn't come inside yet. I would look at her and go, "Do you have a bar of soap?"
No. And she shuts the door on you, and she goes back to the rest of you guys. I used to have eggs before all those slippery bastards killed my
Gross.
chickens.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Percy looks down at the ground and just goes, "Who the fuck doesn't have soap?"
You drink
Oh,
food coloring?
I
He
don't.
also looks
Oh.
I don't mean to be rude, but
Then don't.
Perhaps we've overstayed our welcome.
not quite. But you're getting there.
Understandable.
You've done me a great favor, but I was a little generous with the reward.
I'll walk in.
Well, I guess
actually
that means
stop.
we should be going.
I suppose
I'll
you
stop
did
on the
get us
door.
food for quite some time.
I'll step on the door threshold
Mhm.
before I actually get in there, so I don't like drip on everything. And I look at Zelfer and go, "Can you drop me off?"
I dry everything but his left arm.
I shake out my left arm.
I know.
So it's dry.
Just come in, come in, come in. Shut the door. If you would like to take some time to prepare, you could eat breakfast here if you'd like, but we do have work to get back to, and I suppose
Well, I'd
you
like
do?
to know more, except I'm pretty sure you won't tell me any more about what you saw, so...
More about what? Your brother?
Yep, and how I apparently have multiple of them.
You do, and quite frankly, I'm shocked that
Pressing X to doubt.
you haven't seen it. Well, I suppose it's hard to see. Not for Angus, though. Angus sees everything.
I look at the door and go, you know, Angus, I love you.
No.
Oh, he's gonna fuck the eyeball.
You are welcome back here anytime, of course, if you would like to partake
Then
in
we will take our leave.
business, but yes.
Do you have, quickly before we go, perhaps an assortment of your more potent herbs that I might purchase from you?
Potent in what
We
way?
like to make a drink.
Well, I was actually thinking about, not Marcus, what's the other one's name? Something?
James?
Marcus and...
Malcolm?
No, the magician. Malcolm, there we go. I was thinking of some stuff for him and or the Rat King, to play with.
Oh, for potions. Just random,
Yes.
just various ingredients.
Yeah.
You can describe to her what you're kind of going for. You have a friend that makes potions, and you'd like to just get them some
Okay.
surprises. And her eyes kind of brighten up a little bit at the sound, at hearing of somebody else making potions. And she says, "Tell you what, I've got some fun ones. Yes. For a fellow
Fun is good.
potion maker, potion seller. I suppose. Give me 10 gold, and I'll get you some goodies.
All right. 10 gold it is.
I have a special request.
Yeah.
I would like something that when you drink it, it turns you yellow.
She narrows her eyes at you. Yellow from illness, or just yellow because yellow?
I would like them to just look yellow, like their skin, everything yellow.
Frankly, I don't know how to do that without making somebody extremely ill.
Do you have a potion
Yeah,
that makes someone
it's called
extremely ill?
take their liver out.
I have some serious poison that will cause the skin to take on a yellowish tone.
No. I literally want it to be yellow.
Alcohol will do that. I saw a
Do
guy
you
do
have
it to himself
something?
once.
That
It will, yes.
will make them not feel pain while I remove their liver to make them.
I hate you so
You
goddamn
want
much.
anesthetic?
Yes.
I could get
know
you
that
some
thing that already exists?
strong, numbing liquid, I suppose, if you'd like.
Well, what will that cost me?
Oh,
Well, better question. What would it cost Angus here? He's got his eye on you.
how many uses are you looking for? How many doses are you looking for?
Long enough to remove the liver.
That's oddly specific.
Sorry. Fine, I'll modify it. Long enough to remove some bodily organ.
20 gold. You'd need some potent stuff.
I'll be back.
Good. Now for those herbs, and she heads down. And after a minute, comes back up and takes your 10 gold and gives you an assortment of various colored, mostly green, but there's some purples and even like a yellow stalk-looking thing. They look like herbs and plants, and various parts of plants. Some you have no idea what the fuck they are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And they look quite fresh. Now, good luck to all of you with your future endeavors. You may need it. Be
And
off.
also,
Thanks, man.
to you, if you if you ever have any problems, just call the Bronze Toads.
The Bronze Toads, yes, I've heard.
I
The
look
Bronze
over at Mary.
Toads.
I'll
Whoa.
send word for you
That was a
if
good
I need help. You've proven yourselves capable, and if you need anything from me of this nature, please do come back.
I look at Menon and go, if I could get another potion that makes you horny, would you be pissed?
At this point,
You're not Menon.
I'm not drinking it.
I didn't say anything about that.
Okay, I head outside.
Okay.
If she doesn't dignify me with a response, I'll head outside too.
As you guys start to kind of in that order trudge out, Percival being the last one out, Melora kind of just gently grabs your arm just before you head out, and she leans up into your ear and says, "Keep an eye on Zalfa, please," and pats your back and ushers you out the door.
Who does she say that to?
Percival.
Person.
I am-
She picked the worst person for a
As
baby.
she walks out, as he walks out, I'm holding the jar guy and going, Angus, the Sky God is mad!
I don't think there's a single thing this session that you've done that I've enjoyed. God damn it.
Hey, Angus is my Wilson.
Well done.
But we're all right here.
But are
Sulfur's
you?
completely ditched the party for a fucking eviscerated eyeball.
Percival, do you have any response to her doing this?
Can I come back at some point and possibly have you tell me more?
Tell me more.
If you don't understand
Does
already,
he look like a bitch?
frankly, I don't have much more to tell you.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. Are you a seer by any chance?
I am many things,
Who is this here?
and so is he to you. No go, no go.
Blake, I'll end you. Very, very well. If you see him before I do, tell him that
Tell him what?
I'm hunting him.
She sighs and says, "Not him."
He stops and puts his arm down. He goes, "Who the fuck are you talking about?"
She just very gently starts pushing you out the door.
Yeah,
Mm.
okay.
And she says,
Have a
"Zalfa,
good one."
you fool, is your
Yes?
brother," and slams the door.
I look at the jar. I look at I look at Percy. Look at the jar and go, Angus, I think you'll have some explaining to do. And I smash the jar on the wall.
Oh,
Now you guys
And
are
pick
left
the-
in
and
the
pick up
pouring
the eye.
rain. A Grick corpse at your feet.
I pick up the eye and put it in my bag again, take it out of the jar.
I stare for a moment at Zelfir, and I say, "Am I the only member of the party that isn't a part of the royal family?"
I raise my hand.
Oh, yes, you. Thank you.
Oh well, actually, I actually don't know.
Well, I don't think I'm part of any family that's royal.
Oh god, I
Sulfur.
hope not.
Could I be
She-
royalty?
She just said that you're his brother.
Thank god I haven't fucked any of you yet. That would have been really awkward.
Mr. Percy,
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I. But you don't have your memories from before you became a Simic, do you?
Not a chance.
Well, I guess we'll keep going until we find out.
Can you carry me?
Absolutely not.
And with that, where are you guys headed?
Can you carry Angus?
Back.
You smashed
You
it.
smashed Angus. You
I
ruined Angus for everyone.
I picked back up the eye though. He's just not in a jar.
It's just partially pickled.
Give me that jar of eyes. Smashing it against the wall.
Back to the mill, I
the
guess.
Okay.
To the mill.
To the
We can
You guys are gonna make
Drop
your way
off
back to
some
the
herbs.
mill. Yep.
make it.
Now that you're on your way, I will mention you guys left all of the crocodile there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep. Okay.
I didn't really want any.
I need whoever. It can be one or two of you. I need 2d6s rolled total.
Can I roll one?
I don't care.
I believe you are encompassed under the anyone.
Oh, you can roll one. I'm sorry.
Nope.
No, I
You
gotta
rolled
take
it
that.
first.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's why. Now, Isaac, that's why I asked.
Um.
Because I wanted to.
I'm sorry.
Can I get a perception
I'm
check
sorry.
from everyone?
Does everyone include everyone?
Let me think. Yeah.
Does that include Angus?
He has advantage on all of his perception checks, but he's blind.
6. Good job, man.
Does that include Angus?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Roll
What is
1d20 minus 20.
But does he have advantage?
No.
13.
He's an eyeball.
Negative 13. He sees the inside of my bag.
God. Okay. Thank you. You guys reach the Hopkins Mill with little to no issue.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to drop off the herbs to Marcus and see if
Oh,
the other M guy. Gosh, what is his name?
Malcolm.
Malcolm. See if there's anything in there that he particularly is interested in. Otherwise, I will give them all to Marcus for him to experiment with.
You remember the rat that we were technically supposed to have killed, but not the NPC that we're supposed to be interacting with?
I don't see what's wrong with that.
I don't either.
As usual, as you guys head in, you're greeted by the
Oh,
rats.
I would have fed best before we headed out.
Good to know. Thank you.
Ah, yes, good call.
You guys head
Rats eat meat.
in, greeted by some rats who recognize you. As usual, you head downstairs, are greeted by a hulking Gerd, and then immediately you call to Malcolm. He moves Gerd, and
I'm gonna give Gerd finger guns.
As he says Gerd, I follow Angus and go, Angus!
and Malcolm stands up, seeing you guys come in, and immediately is so how did
Malcolm.
it go?
I'm pregnant.
I'd like to apologize.
Congratulations, that's fantastic. Who's the mother?
I point at the eyeball.
Don't worry, it's not from a humanoid this time.
Marcus! And you hear some
First he
shuffling.
looks at Menon and goes, I don't think that makes it better.
Marcus kind of shuffles out and comes and stands just outside the cave entrance and sees you guys and goes, "Hello, friends. Hello. How your adventure go? Hi."
Can I get down on my knees and open my arms like for a hug?
Yeah,
Suck his
you do
rattling
so,
dick.
and he kind of looks at you and
You gonna
Come
suck-
here,
cocks his
buddy.
head, and he
Suck-
looks up
you gonna suck
at
his
Malcolm.
Slurp his rat
And
penis.
he looks up at Malcolm and looks back at you and looks at Malcolm and says, "She do the love squeeze, And Malcolm kind of sheepishly covers his face and goes, "Yes, love
I nod.
squeeze." Yes.
First he looks at Malcolm and goes, you named it the love squeeze for them?
and the rat king goes and rushes over and hugs you.
I give him a big ol' hug.
You get a big old rat hug.
Yeah.
Walk my
Marcus.
house.
Yes.
Oh, who talked first? I think 3 of us talked at once.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Somebody
I'll
was
go
dealing
ahead.
with Marcus, and Marcus.
Oh,
is closest to you.
I was gonna deal with Malcolm.
Sure.
I walk over to Malcolm and put my hand on his shoulder and go, "When are you and him expecting a child?"
Me and whom?
I gesture and go, "Love squeeze." I get your innuendos. Angus has taught me all about them.
I really don't like that he.
Holden, why'd you
wasn't
let him keep the eyeball?
me who termed or coined the term. I tried to explain what
You don't need to explain. It's
a hug
fine.
was.
I myself do not judge you, Mr. Malcolm. And I'm
I have
gonna walk-
herbs, potentially
and walk
magical, to be used in potions.
And Marcus kind of lets go of Menon and goes, "Oh, let me have. I many experiment, many potion for friend. Yes. You try potion? You like
Excellent.
potion? I make many potion.
Oh, I love potion.
Yes. Yes. Consume drink. Very good. Yes. And he kind of gathers up the herbs from you and goes, "Oh, color." And runs
Yes,
off.
consume drink.
And he
Malcolm,
That's
has
his new slogan.
Marcus
he
been
rushes off.
drinking?
Not today yet. It's quite early.
Seems a little more
Taught him.
frenetic than usual.
He's just excited, I imagine. He
Okay.
Doesn't see you lots as often, and I suppose your visits are quite exciting. Yes. He does have a bit of a taste for it now.
Oh, the booze.
Yeah, yes, it's
Party
frankly entertaining.
So were you when you were shit-faced.
No, he wasn't. He was
Uh,
he was a lame ass baby.
Yeah, to you.
You're
I thought it
a
was hilarious because
lame-ass
I didn't have to
baby.
deal with them.
You were
Well,
crying like a
well,
little bitch.
I can't feel anything. Well,
Oh my god,
well.
speaking of wah wah. Okay.
Hold on,
Really
can I
quick.
like actually make a performance check to imitate him?
Please do. Oh my good god. Though
His
it,
voice comes out of
you
you.
have the inflection, you have the octave, everything about it is pretty. Yeah.
And I'm
Almost
just gonna,
exactly.
like-
So he's like, well, well, and you're like, well, well.
I'm gonna just like quietly like copy his movements and stuff without actually making any noise. For, like, the
he
next couple of
crosses his
minutes.
arms, you cross your arms, and he leans on his desk, and you lean
Just
on the
gonna be
wall.
mirroring while other people talk for like the next.
He
5 or
starts
so
making
minutes.
a jerk-off motion to try to throw you off, and you make a jerk-off motion, and he just throws his hands up in defeat, and you throw your hands up in defeat.
Oh, I'm glad everyone's feeling better, I say.
And he just sighs and sits at his desk, and you sigh and mime's sitting at a desk.
Mhm.
And he buries his hands in his face in his hands and just pretends to not notice you, peering over now and then to see you miming, burying your face in your hands, and he shakes his head. And
Malcolm.
yeah, you get the idea.
Any other have the rats said anything interesting that you've noticed?
Not particular. They've been talking lately about other rats. You mentioned to them. You've got them quite excited. They are worried.
Worried. Okay.
Well, you mentioned other rats. The only rats they seem to know are their own.
All right.
They seem to have shut
But
themselves
the
off.
others have shown up, I assume.
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
But you've got them quite intrigued of these other rats. There are some rumors going about that they are the enemy, some that they are lost kin. Frankly, I'm not sure what they're going to do. I suppose that's up
Has
to
there
Marcus.
been Has there been any talk of leaving the mill?
Not that I've heard, though
That's good.
they... In their grand plan, as I've heard, they do speak of some paradise where they can eat all the cheese and meats and have
There
fresh,
are no
clean water and
Cats in America.
all the
and
digging they'd
streets are
like.
Streets are paved with cheese.
I don't think they're incredibly
wish
happy here,
the
but it'll
secret
do.
Weapon.
I take it, Menon, you were successful.
She's feeling better.
She's feeling.
at
Oh,
all.
you're welcome.
No thanks to you, asshole.
I directed you. I'll have you know I will take a little bit of credit here.
Whatever,
There were,
crybaby.
it was a great lead.
By the way,
We
I'm
admit that.
I'm
Thank you.
grinning the whole time, like clearly
Menon,
just
put your
trying
dick
to fuck
away.
me.
Call me baby
No.
all you want. You won't get anywhere near my pants.
All right, baby.
You perhaps.
All right, baby, and I'll wink at him.
And he kind of blushes and turns away again back to his desk and he starts doing that thing where he's pretending to look through important notes, but he's very clearly.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought, bitch.
He kind of, with his mouth just, yeah, really fucking.
Well, now that we've taken the tower, and we've checked in with our
Oh
kin
yes.
here,
I get up and I run
Maybe
upstairs.
a couple of reminders are due.
there we
Yeah,
go.
I run all the way outside.
You okay? You run outside.
Miss Queen.
I look right at Malcolm. Do you have any magic or potions or fucking whatever you call whatever that can prove if two people are connected by family like blood?
He ponders that for a moment and he says,
Percival,
Magical Mori, let's
you
go.
are the brother.
I don't have any magic per se at my disposal for that. That sounds rather specialized.
Do you know any other
Documentation-
swamp people that can do that?
He kind of laughs. No, what are you on about, Percival?
I got told by someone that Zelfer's my brother, and if that's true,
He
Kill
looks at
him.
Zelfer. Oh no, Zelfer's not there.
You can hear me screaming in the distance.
I don't see how that's possible. He's barely human.
Okay, and so are all Simics after the Simic.
He's a Simic, numbnuts.
Right, but
He doesn't know his past. I don't know his past. I don't know what happened to my brother.
okay, that's.
Come on, Dungin Mister.
Your brother. Let me think. He was older than you, wasn't he?
By a bit.
Wouldn't you expect Zelfa then to be quite a bit older than you?
Listen, man, I know fuck all about Simics. They could have 3 dicks for all I know.
They are assembled from various parts. They usually, you can't just replace the brain, though biologically, though perhaps one of their arms is 16, the other is 100. The brain remains the same.
And this one's got the brain of a 4-year-old, but he's not 4.
Perhaps.
Fuck you,
I
Rick.
don't see at all how he could be related to you, but if you're...
So is that a no to my question?
I don't
No
know how to
magic.
help you with this, no.
Very well, thank you. And I'll walk out.
Okay. Is anyone else have any business down here? Or are you guys gonna head out with them?
I think we'll head out.
Hmm?
We do need to inform the queen.
Oh yeah,
Has-
right, that bitch.
Zelfer had any success there screaming for her?
Hold on,
no,
not to be a
he's
buzzkill, but I do have to wrap it up soon.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
He's out there shouting for the queen.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll let that happen.
You told me this was gonna work, Angus.
Zelfer,
Yep.
I'm not sure she has scream mail.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Queen. Queen.
More
The
like
queen materializes. Yes!
Look back, Mr. Six, that wasn't working.
If only we had a small copper rod.
I have Angus.
You have an immovable rod,
It's true. I'm trying to.
which you have
Anyway.
yet to
We
use.
haven't used.
I
We could have
know.
used that for the fishing.
I really
What?
wish that...
Oh, yeah. I guess we could have. I've been thinking about it. Anyway,
Hey,
go ahead.
Six, you carry that rod around a lot, but you don't do anything with it. Why is that?
I like to keep it in my pants.
Could I have it?
I'd prefer not. I had some plans.
Well, I mean, you can have it back when the time comes for plans, but it looks fun.
But what do you want to do with it?
I don't know. Sit on it. Do pull-ups. I've only ever done push-ups for like my whole life, so pull-ups might be a cool change of pace.
I wouldn't sit on the rod.
Not if you, not, fucking idiot. Not vertical, horizontal.
Oh, sure you can borrow it, but I really like it back before.
Yeah, no, just ask and you can have it back whenever.
Oh, all right, sure, thanks.
Percy now has a immovable rod.
Mm-hmm.
You dumb bitch. Yes. That's 2 of my characters.
So
with
Zelfer is
immovable rods.
whisper screaming for the queen to no avail. You guys have moved back outside.
Hey, Queenie with a peenie.
All right.
Excuse what?
Well, I guess we could head
Crap.
back to the Queen's bar.
No, I thought she was waiting for with
No, because if we go back to the bar, she'll kill us, remember?
Reggie. Remember, she's fixing Reggie.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
right, Reggie.
That is right.
She's doing the
Okay.
fix, Mr. Six.
Okay, all right. Let's head that way. I totally forgot about that.
Okay.
This has the potential to go horribly wrong.
I'll be right back.
There's-
Absolutely.
I'm gonna head down and ask the Rat King for a beaker with a stopper.
I'm gonna go see if they have any more potions for me to drink.
He can give you
Potions.
one vial with a cork.
How big?
Potion size, like it could probably carry like 4 ounces of fluid.
Well, could it carry an eyeball?
If you don't mind popping the eyeball.
Ew.
I'm gonna ask him for something that will fit the eyeball and be able to be closed.
And be able to what?
Be closed.
Okay, he can get you a larger beaker.
All right. Beaker of Angus.
Yep.
I put a little bit of water in it, so it's still
And
floating.
it is a matter of ticking seconds before this one also gets smashed against the wall.
No, it takes a lot to surprise me, and being called your brother surprised him.
I'm surprised. I'm gonna smash this glass.
Yep. It took
Nice.
attention away from the topic for a few seconds.
So where are you guys going?
If we could
To
drop
the...
we could go from we're at 9 right now, right?
Yes.
Percy, can I use my rod? I'd
We
like
go
to.
2, 6,
Hold it.
2, and there.
Sure, man. I hand the rod back.
Thanks.
So
I'm working on making a like a hanging bunk for myself.
That's
We-
actually pretty sick.
we left him at the Cloaked Ranger's hut, right?
Whoa!
Oh my god, Menon is happy as fuck and she is playing phenomenally.
So we are here,
This is the best music I've ever heard.
and by the end of the day, we would like to be here.
Percy starts Russian jig dancing.
I show this using minor to point out which one. Right, Mr. Six, that's our game plan?
I believe it is. Yes.
Okay. Well, I would like to do some shopping, so I would like to stop here.
Okay.
I do
No
have a
problem.
lot of gold from that dragon encounter.
So what? Oh, the one you didn't bring me anything back from.
The one he didn't bring anyone anything back from.
You
It
guys hate
wasn't-
me.
It wasn't a dragon. It was something.
No,
Yeah,
it was
a
a
thing.
runner
I
as.
wanted gold. It was a... Fuck you.
It's still down there.
Have we spent much time at this one?
I don't know.
You guys have passed
Ooh,
through it
lightning
several
again.
times. You're aware that
Never
there
any-
are some scattered farms where people try to farm, usually to not great avail.
Well, so the best plan of action: climb over this bridge, walk to main gate, and depending on how long this takes us, we've made that trek a few times. How long does it normally take us to go from 9 to 3 and back?
If you wanted to go to 9 to 3 to 8, assuming you didn't stay in main gate too long, it'd probably take you 3.5 hours to get to main gate, and then another 2 hours or so to get to the Cloaked Ranger's base.
That's doable.
You could
I
you
don't
could
know.
very feasibly do all this today. Yes, in game.
So do the ratlings have any more potions for me?
You didn't ask.
I said I went down there.
You
Oh,
did,
you,
yeah.
did you? Okay, you walked out. Marcus does not have any prepared for you right now.
Fuck.
It's a sad little.
That's like
triangle.
literally my favorite fucking thing.
It's a sad
Bro.
little. It's a sad little triangle, man.
Okay, is that your plan to main gate and then to the
Well,
Cloaked Rangers?
we want to go to main gate, and then depending on how much time we spend in here, eventually we do want to go through the sad triangle man to the Rangers, but I don't know how long we want to spend in sad triangle man.
Well, let's find out.
Okay. Passing through the farmlands, you guys know there's also a Cloaked Rangers little outpost there. You know it's relatively safe. It's just gonna take you a few hours. It is still raining quite heavily, but you make it to main gate at what you would guess is maybe noon-ish, something like that. Are you heading to the general goods store?
What other shops are there?
You would know.
Okay. Is there any way to avoid talking to that goddamn NPC?
To Michael?
Yes.
He is the general goods store owner. You
Okay.
don't know of any other general goods stores.
General goods?
I can
I wouldn't
avoid
mind-
going to that one.
I wouldn't mind checking in with Michael there to
Don't make me do it, man.
No, you don't have to go. I just want to see if he's sold the giant thing yet.
I'm not strong enough.
The
can't do it.
man-sized
Not again.
scroll that I consigned at his store.
Damn. Rotates perfectly. Okay, so we know there's Michael, the general.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any type of magic shop?
Not that you're aware of. You know that most people in Main Gate, there's a reason that a caravan comes through monthly. Most people here are in some form of trade. There's a smith, there's a general goods store, there's the tavern. If there's any other, I'll be blunt, if there's any other, like, reasonable shop you can think that a small to medium-sized village would have, they probably have it.
Do they have any medical area?
Yeah.
I'd like to head there.
Okay. Just for the sake of expediency, as we are getting towards the end of the session,
Mhm.
what are you guys looking to purchase?
I would just... Sorry, go ahead.
I'd want to find
Sunglasses.
some type of solution that I can put into the beaker that will heavily reduce the time it would take for the eyeball to go bad.
Okay. Though the person you're dealing with is disgusted, they're intrigued and are willing to sell you a solution that would probably keep it. They've never done this with a eyeball before. It's not such a large one either. They guess it would keep it for a week or two, and they'll sell it to you for 1 gold.
I will give. Do they have more than one thing of it?
They can give you multiple
Where's the bag?
vials, yes.
I'll take 2.
Okay. 2 gold, and then you have 2 vials of
Eyeball extending juice.
sure, if that's what you want to call it.
Has Michael managed to sell that that large piece of art there?
Would you remind me what that was? Where that came from?
Yeah, it
was a
was
while ago.
from the castle, I believe. Like one of the first times we went in there.
Yeah.
I had grabbed a number of things. The only thing I wrote was scroll, man-sized, and then consigned next to it.
Right. I don't think he would. No.
Son of a bitch! Keep
Um,
trying to sell that thing.
So, is there like a metalworking shop?
Yep. There's a smith metalworker. Yeah.
I'm gonna head
They
in
work
there.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
I pull out the metal gold rod we took from the chandelier.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can I do with this?
I can melt it down. What do you want?
But I don't know. What can you make with
Yeah,
it?
you put it consigned.
Well, it's not a lot. Gold ain't great for weapons or armor. It's mostly decorative. I could gold plate something for you.
Hmm.
With electrolysis?
I'm sorry. What?
I'm trying to think here. Hold on.
Does he use electrolysis to gold plate?
Hold on. Since you have a small brain, that's the term that's used for gold plating something.
Thanks. I was unaware.
Well, there are multiple ways. This one just uses small amounts of electricity, generally.
I'm sorry. I don't know the
Minimum, it's fine.
minutia of fucking gold plating items.
Why not,
Well-
dipshit?
Yeah. Bad
I
DM.
can-
You can use like a Baghdad battery. There's a
I can
copper
tell you
iron. What?
that they're not using electricity.
The smith tells you
Well-
they're not quite sure what they'd use it for, but gold is gold, and they'd melt it down and find some use for it. They'd buy it off of you for 10 gold.
Hmm. I'm trying to think. Would it be too douchebaggy to make a religious earring for?
That's
How
your call.
about 8 gold, and you make an earring with the sigil of the one I worship?
The one-eyed warship?
Make a persuasion check.
Hey, Bean, get out of there.
Oh, I
Bean.
haven't heard that name in a while. Nice.
Hey,
He's
I'll
kind
get
of
you
bored. He'll do it for you. 8 gold, and he'll get you that earring.
Sweet.
With a one-eyed warship on
And
it.
for the sake of expediency, we'll say he has nothing else he's doing. He'll make it. You come back before you guys are done. buying everything else, and he'll have it ready for you.
Nice.
Sweet action.
So you have that earring and 8 gold.
Sweet.
Anything else you guys are looking to purchase or
I'll
sell?
tip him a gold.
He's extremely confused and thankful.
Not at the moment. I'm good.
Okay.
6 is good.
Anyone? Anything?
I
forgot how much
Some of
gold
you
I
don't
had.
have
Jesus.
basic kits. Some of you don't have armor.
I'll walk over to the armor register.
That would be the smith again.
Oh. I flip a quick 360 and go, hey, do you have any armor that would, like, not hinder this? I say, pointing to myself.
Could do like a leather armor set.
It feels like you're saying shirt, but differently.
We could do chain or some sort of half.
How about a belt? Do you do
A protective
sunglasses?
belt.
What are sunglasses?
Smoke snow glasses.
I feel like there
Or
could
smoke
be a
glass.
sweet item that I thought up,
Uh-huh.
where you take maybe 2 darkened pieces of glass, like stained glass, and you attach wire around them, and you put them on. So instead of wearing, like, you know, those big stupid hats that a lot of blood hunters wear, you can dim the sun with these stained pieces of glass, right?
He doesn't have the equipment for the glass work.
Fuck.
Can you take some metal, make me like a bat type object? I'm going to invent a sport.
A
And the
metal
number
club.
one rule is no crying. You hear me? No crying in club ball.
Percy, just to make it simpler, the armorer can do most basic armors sets.
That's
Most
fine.
basic leathers, scale, chain, half plate.
No, I'm not getting anything then.
Okay.
I'm gonna start a club too, but
Actually,
I'm
ankle
not gonna
braces?
talk about it.
What's that?
Ankle braces that he can put under his pants.
Ankle braces.
You know, just in case someone takes a swipe at his ankles.
I'm not gonna give you an AC boost for that.
Damn. All right. What about sweet shoes? Like light up Skechers. They make me run faster, dude.
It tells you
I
for the
promise.
light up Skechers, you're gonna have to go to Michael.
I would not like shoes, thank you.
Okay. Anything else from you guys? If there's no
No.
other trade to be done, we can move on.
I tip him another gold just because.
A chamber pot.
He
for
seems
the gal.
confused at that one and tries to give it back.
Hey, fuck off, take it.
He shrugs and takes it. Okay.
I would like to buy a chamber pot to carry around with it.
A chamber
kidding.
pot. Okay.
I
I gotta poop. Alright, throw it down. Shit. Back up. There you go.
Okay. So, you guys wrap up your business. Getting into the later afternoon, you should be able to reach the Cloaked Rangers headquarters, but just before it starts getting dark today. Maybe you got an hour of, well, not sunlight. It's still raining quite heavily. But eventually you do arrive at the Cloaked Rangers headquarters. You are greeted by 2 guards, one of them being the pants
Poopy
soiler.
guard?
Yep. Who
Poopy
kind of
guard.
eyes you guys.
He died of poop.
I look at him, gesture to my hand, make a small thing of pants with a brown spot in the back, and go, "You."
He just sighs, seeming genuinely sad. And he just steps aside for you guys to move in.
I'm gonna clap
I-
him on the back.
I was just about to say, I do the
and
exact same
apologize
thing.
to him.
And,
Shut up, man. It's okay.
And he
Hey.
kind of says out loud, you know, tomorrow's a day of love. It's a great time to be bullying me.
Dude, I have a squeeze to show you.
Tomorrow is what?
Day of love?
I'm
Oh,
waiting
shit.
to marriage.
The holiday?
Sounds like I'm getting pussy tomorrow.
That's right.
Oh, I don't
From
know if
who?
you guys are unfamiliar. We still try to celebrate like Direwood holidays here. It's tomorrow's day of love.
That's
Direwoodian
that's
holidays.
awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate? I mean, I was born here, so I don't know.
He starts explaining to you guys, and it's basically Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, so it's a bullshit Hallmark holiday. Gotcha.
Yep.
So you may have shit your pants, but don't let that get in the way of the fact that we could have done worse.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm not trying to intimidate.
You're being intimidating. Make an intimidation check. Okay, make a
saying-
charisma check then to not be intimidating. Make a general charisma check. Okay, you all hear it, and it sounds like it'd be intimidating, but
Look on the bright side,
the
man.
tone of his voice isn't intimidating.
At least we didn't do anything bad. Like,
you're right. You managed to make
you
it
didn't
sound more
actually shit
joking.
your pants.
Yeah. He kind of.
Imagine if he had a spell that could make your bowels empty. That would be fucking terrifying.
I
You
do.
actually
It's
get
called death.
a slight chuckle out of him, a nervous chuckle.
I look at Percy. I do have a spell that makes you empty your bowels. It's called death.
They turned that into a spell.
If I hit you with enough of them.
Okay. Can you take me to Secrets real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be just a moment because we're about to wrap up.
All right.
Go ahead.
I lean in close and tell the guard that the next time Zelfer tries to pull any shit, just find a rock and tell him that Mr. Six gave him this rock and that he's gonna throw it at him.
He seems very confused, but knowing no other alternative, he nods his head slowly.
You know what? Okay, hold on. That could lead to some serious shit. Let's just not do that. I give him 5 pieces of gold and I say, "You're a good kid," and I walk off.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
So you guys, as you're kind of heading in, you notice Six stays back and hands the kid something, and that's it. the kid
Before
seems
I
super
walk away
confused.
from him,
Yeah.
I look at him and go, "Happy day, love," and I kiss him on
You kiss him on what?
the cheek.
Oh, okay.
On the cheek.
I'll kiss his dick. Fuck you.
He seems kind of confused and a little flustered. He nods, and then Six hands him something and whispers something to him. You guys head in. As you guys are heading in,
Oh no.
some of the guards have noticed your presence and it seems somebody has run inside. And shortly after, Ravina comes out. She rushes out to you guys and tries to embrace as many of you in a hug as she can. And she says,
I hug her.
I can't. You guys, something amazing has happened. Come inside now. And that's where we're gonna end tonight.